from around Australia yesterday with racing conducted in all of the states and of course at Moonee Valley, the extra double on 11.
But watch for a great run by Wolvet. Your caller is Brian Martin.
Lights on, they're racing this time. La Zip has gone away with them down towards the inside. Wolvet's walked out of the barrier. She's a clear last and away quickly Sizzling Surf from the outside. Lucky for Summer showing some speed shortly after the start. Sizzling Surf, Lucky for Summer, the joint leaders from Richport, and La Zip on the fence and out a little wider going up towards the lead now. Privy Miss from Mania. Aces Supreme and further back in the field, Ease On Down. Second last in the race down the side of the track, Blue Chewy, and Wolvet won't go early. It's last of all, about 10 from the lead. Out wide of the 650 now, it's Privy Miss going up to Lucky for Some, but Lucky for Some again kicked up on the rail, and she's going very fast, Lucky for Some, to lead 2 lengths to Privy Miss on the turn. They're 2 in front of La Zip, Richport, and then further back Sizzling Surf, Mania. Ease On Down, Wolvet pulled out from Aces Supreme and 4 to Blue Chewy. On the bend, 350 out, and Lucky for Some straightened up 3 lengths in front of La Zip, Richport, and then further back in the field, Privy Miss. Running to the 200 though, and this has gone further ahead, this leader, Lucky for Some. 4 lengths in front of La Zip, Richport, then a long gap, Wolvet running on from Aces Supreme, but despite the mishap going to the barrier, Lucky for Some's 3 or 4 in front. Wolvet is flying down the outside. It might still get up. Wolvet with a great run from last. An amazing performance. Wolvet has grabbed Lucky for Some to get up and win. 3 lengths to La Zip, third from Aces Supreme. Then further back in the field was Richport, followed on the outside by Mania. Then Ease On Down, well back in the field. Then at the head of the others, Privy Miss, in company with Sizzling Surf, and Black Chewy, the last one in.
Incredible run by Wolvet at 11-2 to get up and win easily at the finish from Lucky for Some at 7s, and the odds-on favourite La Zip was third in race 1. The second was quite an open betting race, but Jackson Square was back from 6s to start favourite at 4s.
And the lights on, they're set and they're racing. And they've gone away in a pretty good line. Sejuna out wide began fast. King's Message began well with Formal Address. Stock Avian going up towards the lead, and Mighty Remington starting to drive up on the inside when they settle down. Formal Address with Winter going towards the lead with Blazing Effigy. Mighty Remington getting up along the inside. King's Message just behind them from Sejuna. On the outside, Benighted back on the inside, Red Opaque, and then Lord Melwood, well back Footprints, and Jackson Square last of all. Stock Avian going quickly at the 750 metre mark on the outside, led by 2 lengths now to Mighty Remington over on the inside of Winter racing wide. They're followed further back by Blazing Effigy, poking up as Green Action with On Our Selection. Winter forced off the track, 2 to Benighted, Red Opaque, Lord Melwood, Formal Address, King's Message, Sejuna, Jackson Square, Footprints, and 5 lengths last of all, My Kiki. On the turn they race, Stock Avian skipped away, led 2 lengths On Our Selection, Mighty Remington. Green Action pulled to the centre of the track, and then further back was Winter, then Red Opaque at the 200 metre mark. Stock Avian a couple of lengths in front of Mighty Remington. Green Action on the outside from Formal Address, from On Our Selection, Sejuna, and Jackson Square, but Stock Avian still in front with about 80 metres to go. Sejuna, and on the outside Jackson Square are flying, but Stock Avian, it'll get the money by 3/4, 2 on the line, Jackson Square. Sejuna third, and they're followed further back by Benighted fourth from Formal Address fifth. Then further back in the field over along the inside is Red Opaque. With it is On Our Selection from Blazing Effigy, Winter. Then King's Message, Green Action, Mighty Remington weakened out of it. Well back in the field then came Footprints with Lord Melwood, and My Kiki is the last one in.
Led all the way, Stock Avian at 14-1 to defeat the 4-1 favourite Jackson Square, a good first up run, and Sejuna also a nice run third at 33s in the second race. In the third, the Captain Cook handicap, the 7-4 favourite was Mighty Dom.
All set and they're racing now. Past the hat on the inside, a bit slow away. Now mustering pace to lead Wagal and Got the Vibe. Around the outside, Rally fighting with the rider early from Mighty Dom. Fragonard back on the inside of Parslip, and 2 lengths Tilbury Temptation last of all. Past the 1600 metre mark they go, and Wagal got to the front. Moving up on the outside second is Rally, still fighting with the rider, and over on the inside is Past the Hat now running third from Got the Vibe fourth. Parslip going a little fiercely around Mighty Dom, and slightly checked their Fragonard, and 2 to Tilbury Temptation last of all. They're climbing the hill with about 1400 metres to go, and there's no pace. It's Wagal about 3/4 Rally. 2 to Past the Hat third on the inside of Got the Vibe. Then Parslip on the outside of Mighty Dom, who settled down, 1.5 Fragonard, and 2 to Tilbury Temptation. On top of the hill, 11.50 out, the leader Wagal, about a length in front of Rally on the outside, racing with the mouth wide open second. Then came Got the Vibe, pulled out 3 deep to go around them, 2 further back Past the Hat. The pace a little better now from Parslip, Mighty Dom, a length further back, Fragonard being scrubbed up, and 2 lengths to Tilbury Temptation. 8.50 to go. Got the Vibe out wide, raced up to tackle Wagal. In the centre there is Rally, and they're 2 to Parslip, Past the Hat. Mighty Dom given a cup with a whip, but improving up on the rail, the length for Edgard, and last of all 2 lengths away Tilbury Temptation. 6.50 out, it's a good battle. Got the Vibe, Rally the centre, and Wagal on the inside, a line of 3. 2 to pass, Slip and a neck further back on the inside, Mighty Dom. Then past the hat, and now Gouchy pulls Tilbury Temptation to the outside, but it's under the whip from Fragonard. They turn for home, 3.50 out. It's got the Vibe, Rally, Mighty Dom waiting for a run from Wagal. Over on the inside, further back, then came Pass Slip and Tilbury Temptation, 200 to go. Mighty Dom trying to get that run, got the Vibe, Wagal, Pass Slip from Fragonard and Tilbury Temptation at the 100. Pass Slip drove through on the inside. He grabbed the lead. Pass Slip now from on the outside, got the Vibe, and Fragonard and Pass Slip gets the money. Pass Slip by a half length on the line to got the Vibe. Third home is Fragonard, Tilbury Temptation fourth. Then further back past the hat, followed by Mighty Dom. He didn't go on from Wagal, and Rally pulled hard. He's run last of all.
I don't think any of them are champions, but Parslip the winner, 2 good 5 to 1, defeating Got the Vibe at 25s and Fragonard at 14s. Mighty Dom pretty disappointing, the unplaced favourite at 7 to 4. In the fourth, the Barton Handicap, we saw the only favourite of the day to win, Touch of Genius at 5 to 2.
Signal given, they're racing. And they've gone away in a pretty good line with the exception of Skiing, who dwelt and missed the kick, and it's a clear last. Seeger began fast. Mighty Avengers jumped with them with no parole. Going quickly, Touch of Genius, and Desolante is beaten for pace when they settle down. Touch of Genius left in front now. From up on the outside there is El Sari, with getting up behind them Gypsy Alert from Lady Zilla, and now Desolante driving up the rail of the 6.50. 2 to no parole from Mighty Avenger. Further back, Luther's Luck, Seeger, and 3 last of all Skiing. It's Touch of Genius on the outside with Desolante slipping up on the fence, and in the centre Gypsy Alert. El Sari is behind them, and further back Luther's Luck when they turn. Then Lady Zilla and Mighty Avenger back about 5 lengths from them. Desolante speared through on the inside to go to the front at the 200 metre mark and moved about a length in front of Touch of Genius, coming after it again. Touch of Genius grabs Desolante from Gypsy Alert. The other struggling, No Parole and Mighty Avenger. Touch of Genius takes a lead with 100 to go from Desolante. No Parole battling on with Gypsy Alert, but it's Touch of Genius. A length and a half, Desolante ahead, third Gypsy Alert. No Parole just behind them, followed by Luther's Luck. Then Lady Zilla. Mighty Avenger didn't go on from El Sari. Then Seeger, and 5 lengths last of all is Scheme.
Bigger races in store for Touch of Genius, who ran the 1,000 metres in 57.9. A great gallop, 5 to 2 favourite, defeating Desolante, a good run at 8s, and Gypsy Alert third at 10 to 1. In the fifth, the Deacon Handicap, another open betting race here. Equal favourites Cliff Man and Afghan's Idol at 9 to 2.
Have the lighters on, they're racing. And away they go, and Educate on the inside. Jumped away quickly with Cliffman and Alternate. They beat out Lots of Ice, Wakefield Tower, Princess Park and Mr. Teagleby. Behind them is Ryko around the outside, and they're followed by Palooka, Captain Police and Afghan's Idol last of all. They've got about 1,800 metres to go, and Educate's left in front, led by 3/4 to Alternate second. Further back, Princess Park, Cliffman on the fence and poking up in the centre there, Lots of Ice. Then came back behind them Wakefield Tower, Mr. Teagleby very wide. They're followed on the fence by Captain Police. Back in the centre, Ryko from Palooka, and last of all, Afghan's Idol. To the side, they race about 1,500 metres to go. Educate is the leader by 2.5 to 3 lengths now to Alternate second. A neck on the outside, third, Princess Park. 2 lengths further back, Cliff Man over along the inside now of Mr. Teagleby 3 deep and Lots of Ice the centre. A length and a half, Wakefield Tower caught 3 deep around Ryko on the fence, Captain Police from Palooka, and back with it is Afghan's Idol. Coming down the side with about 1,000 to go, and the leader is Educate, striding out 3 lengths in front of Alternate on the inside of Princess Park. Wakefield Tower going around the outside forward. They're followed by Mr. Teagleby, Lots of Ice. Cliffman in is on the rail, a length and a half to Afghan's Idol around Ryko, Captain Police, and last of all at the 800 is Palooka. It's Educate the leader, about 3/4 Princess Park, Alternate back in the centre and out 4 wide on the outside, then Wakefield Tower. Mr. Teagleby travelling very wide around Cliffman, trying to get a run away from the fence. Then Lots of Ice from Captain Police, Afghan's Idol, Ryko and Palooka last of all. Educate again tried to get away at the 450, led by a length and a half Alternate. A neck on the outside, Wakefield Tower, Afghan's Idol pulled out wide from Mr. Teagleby. Then Cliffman waiting for a run. They turn for home. It's Educate the leader, about a length in front of Alternate in the centre, and then further back Cliffman, and down the outside Afghan's Idol running on. Educate tackled by Alternate, Afghan's Idol further out, and Cliffman getting out with 150 to go. Alternate put its head in front from Cliffman, Afghan's Idol. He went for home on Alternate. He's a leader from Cliffman getting towards the line. Alternate in front, and Alternate gets the money. A neck on the line to Cliffman, third Afghan's Idol. Fourth on the inside, Educate from Wakefield Tower. Then Mr. Teagleby, further out as Ryko. Then a gap to Captain Police, Palooka, second last, Lots of Ice, and Princess Park is the last one in.
Another win to apprentice Neil Perryman and alternate at 7-1, defeating the equal favourites at 9-2 Cliff Man and Afghan's Idol in race 5. In the 6th, the fillies and mares race, Surikay was back from 7-2 to start favourite at 11-4.
Dropping well back, Naliska after the jump, and Fontanita dropped out to the back of the field. And Dream Ruler's in front from Queen of Bass when they settle down, and around them goes Emma Green on the outside up towards the lead. And settling down now, running up to the top of the hill, and it's Emma Green, the leader, about a neck in front. Maybole Miss went up second on the outside, a length into Surikay up third. Then Queen of Bass back on the inside, Dream Ruler, followed by Kalka. In the centre, Panorama Miss, and 2 to Cara Miller. Further back, Glissade, Fiery Wanella the fence from Rose of Vengeance. Then Taking Silk further back in the field, followed 2 lengths away by In the Springtime. Well out of it there, Fontanita, Naliska back second last, and Miss Cross brought up the rear. On the side, 900 metres to go. Maybole misses the leader by 3/4, Surikay, a length further back, Emma Green. Queen of Bass went up on the outside of it without 3 deep there, Kalka, 2 to Dream Ruler, a length, Cara Miller. Then Glissade, back behind them, Panorama Miss from Fiery Wanella working away from the fence. Then Taking Silk, Rose of Vengeance, Fontanina further back In the Springtime. Well out of it there, Naliska back about third last, and Miss Cross brought up the rear. They run up towards a turn, about 450 metres to go, and in the centre, Surikay went up to Maybole Miss, making a line of 3, Kalka. They're followed further out by Glissade from Dream Ruler. Emma Green has dropped back on the rail, and Naliska's come around the outside. In the straight, they race 300 to go. Surikay, Kalka, Maybole Miss the rail. Further out, Cara Miller joining in quickly, coming home well from Glissade. Then Queen of Bass further back on the field. At the 200, Cara Miller, Surikay from Glissade, Dream Ruler and Naliska. Cara Miller burst to the front with 100 to go. Dream Ruler coming after it quickly. Cara Miller just in front of Dream Ruler. Cara Miller's hanging on. Wins it ahead on the line to Dream Ruler. 3/4 Glissade, third the outside from Queen of Bass. Then further back Surikay, followed by In the Springtime, Taking Silk, Naliska. Then Emma Green behind them. They're followed further back by Panorama Miss, Maybole Miss, Fontanina, Rose of Vengeance, Fiery Wanella, Miss Cross and Kalka. Here's the last one home.
And Cara Miller brought up the first leg of a winning double for jockey Len Maund at 12-1, defeating Dream Ruler at 7s and Glissade at 7s, Surikay the unplaced favourite at 11-4 in the 6th. Race 7 was the final leg of the quadrella, the Forest Welter, and Aiming was the favourite at 7-2.
Goes into line, they're set to run, they're racing. Away they go over on the inside. Kentish, one of the best to begin with, Precipice. They both began fast from Triple Lark. Salso back along the inside when they settle down, and around them quickly goes Yasuk. And when they settle at the 1,250 metre mark, Kentish tried to run away from the rail there. He's getting away from the fence. Salso went up on the inside to join him. He's fighting with the rider, Kentish second. Regal Lord quickly got up to third from Yasuk, and there followed further back by Beach Boy getting up on the rail. Around the outside followed the light, followed by Triple Lark. In the centre there, Precipice, back on the inside, Chesterfield. Then Burano, moving up as Aiming on the outside of Trig from Bow Lane, Irish Diplomat, well back in the field, in company with Straight Approval and hand-painted back on the fence. 700 to go over on the inside at Celso, about a head in front. Kentish wanting to hang on the outside from Yasuk, moving up to third. Then Triple Lark, and they're followed by Beach Boy. Around the outside followed the light. Then Burano back behind them, and they're followed over along the inside, nearing the turn by Chesterfield. Aiming's a fair way back when they turn with Precipice, followed by Bow Lane and Irish Diplomat. On the turn, the leader Kentish in the centre now, from over on the inside, Salso from Yasuk, Regal Lord. Beach Boy behind them, running down to the 250 metre mark from Follow the Light. Then further back, Straight Approval and Regal Lord. Yasuk moved up quickly now to tackle. Salso is fighting on. Follow the Light further out from Burano. Salso again got to the front from Beach Boy, Kentish and Follow the Light. It's Salso in front, and Salso gets the money. Salso has won a length and a quarter. Beach Boy second, ahead third Kentish. Then Follow the Light and coming home hard out wide Aiming. They're followed further back by Yasuk, and then hand-painted Ever a Chance from Trig Burano. Straight Approval followed by Chesterfield. Then Regal Lord, Triple Lark, Irish Diplomat, and Precipice the one of the last in.
15-1 Celso, and it broke a long run of outs for Therese Payne. In fact, I think Celso might have been her last winner in town. It was about 26 rides ago. Beach Boy second at 7s, and Kentish fought on well for third at 9-1, Aiming the unplaced favourite. So to the last, the Sturt handicap, and punters had trouble finding the favourite here. Verbano opened up 7-2, eventually got out to 5-1, at which price it did start favourite.
Lights on, they're racing this time. They've gone away in a pretty good line too. Lost Art began fast, out quickly, bit of a start, quickly scampering up towards the lead now from Lost Art, calling Lisa. Further out is Emma Fidelis from Tootsie L, Jewel in the Crown over on the inside of Jewel Splendour. Vesterberg is racing wide on top of the hill, and further back was Sabanella. They're followed back behind them by Verbano, dropping well back to the tail of the field. In front of it, Galway Gal, Sovereign, a Sweet Reply, and Gambler's Mission. Down the side, 9.50 out. Bit of a Star's letting them run along in front by 2 lengths. Emma Fidelis and a half. Ming Princess went up third. 2 further back, Lost Start from Tootsie L. 2 lengths further back in the field, Calling Lisa. Back on the outside of it came Best of Berg, and they're followed on the outside by Sabanella. Jewel in the Crown back along the inside now of Jewel Splendor from Galway Gal Sovereigna. Verbano's got 2 behind them at the moment, and they are Sweet Reply and last of all Gambler's Mission. Bit of a Star, a nice leader on the turn, skipped away about 3 or 4 lengths in front of Ming Princess. Then Lost Art, and further back Emma Fidelis from Tootsie L. Further back in the field, then Calling Lisa when they turn for home and pull to the outside, Vesterberg and Sabanella. Verbano back second last, 250 out, Bit of a Star the leader. Over on the inside, tackled quickly by Lost Art. Then Ming Princess and Tootsie L. Lost Art got the Bit of a Star. Then Calling Lisa, Ming Princess, Tootsie L. And Sabanella rattling home, but Lost Art's in front with 100 to go. Got clear of Calling Lisa and Bit of a Star, and Lost Art wins the money. Wins a length and 3/4 to Calling Lisa. Third is Bit of a Star. Further out, Sabanella, Vesterberg, Tootsie L. Then Galway Gale, Ming Princess, Sovereigna, Jewel in the Crown. Then further back was Emma Fidelis. Verbano didn't do a great deal from Sweet Reply. Ming Princess pulling up quickly after the line. And Jewel in the Crown pulling up with only 1 behind it there over the post, and that was Gambler's Mission.
And Lost Art bringing up the winning double for apprentice jockey Len Morden, also continuing the good run of trainer Rick Lacey at 6 to 1. Defeating Calling Lisa at 7s, Bit of a Star at 12s, Verbano, a very disappointing run, unplaced favourite at 5s. We'll check the doubles now. The extra at Caulfield, 11 and 6, paid $49.05, and the daily double, 3 and 10, $154.25. The quadrilla, 6, 3, 6 and 9, returned $2,795.10. In Sydney, the extra, 8 and 4, $28.05. The daily double, 3 and 11, $10.10. In Adelaide, the extra, 3 and 8, $8.15. The main double, 2 and 8, paid $2.15. At Bendigo, the extra double for a pair of 8s, $44.30. The main double, 3 and 4, $4.80. And the Bendigo quadrilla, 3, 8, 4 and 8, $605.20. And just harking back to the second race at Caulfield yesterday, the trifecta in fact paid $9,388.10. Not the dividend we did show you.
Great rendition. Well back was Mirador off the track, all courage and company with Bettino. Then Golden Lantern, the last 2, Elijah, and last of all, a Sculptor's Pride. Opine Trust to the 400 got up on the inside to be about a neck in front of Normandy Conquest nearing the turn. They're 2 or 3 in front of Our Golden Fella. Paranoia battling on, the other struggling from Wolfina. On the turn, Opine Trust on the inside travels well, about 3/4 Normandy Conquest. 2 to Paranoia, a gap to Our Golden Fella. Opine Trust went for home though at the 150, kicked away 2 lengths in front. Paranoia gets to second out after the leader. Opine Trust in front. Paranoia trying hard, but it'll hang on the favourite. Opine Trust ahead on the line to Paranoia. 5 lengths third, Normandy Conquest from Our Golden Fella. Then Great Rendition, further back in the field, All Courage, then Wilpina. On the outside of them would have been a Double Triumph, well back in the field, Bettino. Then Mirador, well back in the field, then came Sculptor's Pride, followed by Golden Lantern, who was slated to begin in the last 2, Celestial Rain and company of Les Juan. Opine Trust racing very tractably, straight into the bit, and having the agency of the rails, kick clear on the home turn. Normandy Conquest was under a lot of pressure at weekend. Paranoia away from the fence, started to come out after it. The judges called for the photo, but you'll find that Opine Trust has just got in as they reach the line. It'll get this about a half head over Paranoia, who in a couple of more bounds would have beaten
the short half head to the 3rd horse, West Mayo. Let's have a look at the results, and it was Clark and Hayes that dominated early on. Garland of Roses in the first at 13 to 4. Opine Trust won the second, the favourite. He will be improved by the run 10 to 9. Race 3 on the programme, the Stayers, and Burner Ready at 16s outstayed Jano. It was a great ride by the rider of Burner Ready. He kept at Burner Ready for the last 1,000 metres. To the 4th, the winner there, Fashion Fun, drifted from 7 to 1 to 16 to 1. Pelor Star favourite at 7 to 4. The first of the replay races, and the Vagrant was going for his 3rd win in succession. The favourite was Kiwi Slave, Michael Clark on board.
On the turn, on stage, just let Kiwi Slave. Astralin 4 wide. The Vagrant can't get out from Lakeworth into the straight. Kiwi Slave took the lead. The Vagrant about to get clear from Astralin. Kiwi Slave in front. The Vagrant running in, but coming home hard. He'll get up again. The Vagrant's going to make it 3 in a row. Beats Kiwi Slave and on stage. Then Astralin, Lakeworth, second last Hoodoo.
Big improver, the Vagrant, 3-1, 5-2 favourite Kiwi Slave on stage, 6-1. To the big one of the day, Campaign King looked in trouble on the turn.
Just led fine off a length and a half. Campaign King, King Phoenix with a big run. Behind them, Canny Lass and Shake Your Lass, but into the straight, fine off a led. Campaign King struggling. King Phoenix flying out wide. Now Campaign King getting going. West Mayo kicking back with Campaign King and King Phoenix. They hit it. It's a three-way dead heat almost, but I reckon Campaign King's one at a nose. From King Phoenix and a nose to West Mayo.
And Campaign King got there at 13-8 favourite King Phoenix, an excellent run at 6-1, and West Mayo, the bolter, at 33-1. He looked to be in trouble on the home turn, Campaign King. Fine offer got around him, and I spoke to Harry White after the event, and he explained he would have been something beaten.
As I say, had he got beaten, there would have been an excuse, but such is a good horse, they never get beaten. They keep trying for you all the way. I thought I was beat, but he stuck his head out and got the prize.
You want to ride him in the big races, Harry?
Oh, I'm sticking with him. He's a racehorse.
He sure is, and he'll run in the Lightning Stakes next. To race 7, Insatiate, successful, got a rails run at 9-2. Event 8 on the program, and Sudden was well backed, 3-1 and favourite Darren Gauchi, the rider.
Golden Twig going reasonably well, but can't get a run on the turn. Nancrest just led Sudden. They're a length and a half to Faculty. Shining Display. Golden Twig goes to the fence. Imperial Regina finishing well. Sudden took the lead from Nancrest. Out wide Imperial Regina and then Faculty and Golden Twig, but Sudden in front. About a half to Nancrest running on Golden Twig. Sudden's going to hang on and win. Nancrest second, third, Golden Twig something licked. Then Imperial
Yes, Golden
Regina
Twig should have won very easily there. She just missed the start and then got into trouble on the home turn, but Sudden is a brilliant filly. In the final event, Mr Glamour at 11-1.
Half Bullion Breaker, Astelfina, Mr Glamour. Further back, Trement, Knight of Avon about to be hooked out as they straighten up. Little Libby led, Mr Glamour coming at it. Bullion Breaker down the outside, Knight of Avon with a late run. Mr Glamour took the lead, Bullion Breaker and Little Libby. Mr Glamour's a half in front, he's holding Bullion Breaker, he's trying to wear him down, but he won't get there. Mr Glamour wins the last from Bullion Breaker and Little Libby.
And he was way over the odds at 11-1. Let's check the quadrilla. 3-8-3-3, 136.30. The daily double, 10.25 for 8 and 3. And the extra 42.60 for the combination of 8 and 3. The World Indoor...
Insatiate to the rail and Justifox to the outside. Snowblock can't get out. Enunciate Wagal, Sir Question on the outside. Justifox. Snowblock gets a run. Insatiate on the fence. A great go. Insatiate drives through. And Insatiate gets up to win 3/4 Snowblock. Ahead third on the outside, Justifox.
Another great finish with Insatiate on the inside, getting the money at 9-2. In the final leg of the quadrilla, Sudden brought up the double for Darren Gauchi, and he was popular with punters. It started favourite at 3-1. We'll check the doubles now. The extra in Melbourne, 8 and 3, 42.60. The main double also 8 and 3, $10.25, and the quadrilla 3-8-3-3.
Second race in the card, they made Roman Laurel a short price favourite.
They're followed on the outside of them by Intrigue, looking for room, and then Camdana Boy and Rostrata. With about 300 to go, it's still on the inside, Inertia in front. From Bells are calling, Roman Laurel is struggling, and then Bravera. But with 200 to go now, Roman Laurel's rider went for the whip. He's answering the challenge very quickly, races up to Inertia, and Roman Laurel's now coming away in the run home. He's going to win it well by a little more than the length to Inertia. 4 lengths away, Bravera third.
When he saw daylight, Roman Laurel stretched out very well the 10-9 favourite to beat Inertia, and the winning trainer is Jimmy Kennedy.
Well, Jim, it has taken 5 runs to find the winner's stall, but now I think that you might have a Blue Diamond prospect.
Yeah, I think so, Keith. A little bit windy around Caulfield because I think this horse will get ground and probably be better in the spring, I think.
This was the first time he raced beyond 1,000 metres, and has he been looking for that extra distance, Jim?
Yeah, well, he's bred to get more ground.
Right.
And although he's been showing a bit of speed, you know.
And we'll take this break and then be back to look at more racing from Flemington.
Starting tomorrow at all Retrovision stores,
The only horse that firmed in the betting in race 3.
Palooka, however, is coming at it quickly on the outside, and they're followed by Opaque Star under the whip. Reject just a leader. Palooka's drawn to it with 200 to go. They're clear of Perlek, Brixton and Opaque Star. Palooka got about a head in front. Reject on the inside, can't do any better, and Palooka starting to draw away, and Palooka a neck in front with 100 to go is coming away from Reject. Palooka wins a half length to Reject. 5 lengths away third, Brixton. It was followed by Perlek.
Palooka firm from 4s to 3s, and the very disappointing favourite in the race stopped snoozing, led until the home turn and then gave in very quickly. Keith Hillier now with the trainer of Palooka.
Well, Palooka back in the winner's stall, and that's where he belongs, Laurie.
That's for sure, Keith. That's wonderful.
He's been a problem horse for you?
Yes, only until just recently. Well, what I say recently, after the Ballarat Cup, which he won, then he bowed a tendon at Moonee Valley on a crossing, and from then on, problems seemed to multiply. But he's overcome them.
I heard you mentioning to the press boys that you've got him in the Launceston Cup. Will you go over?
I think so. As I said, I told the press boys, as you term them, that it's up to Peter Young and Barry Ermston. If they want to go, then I'd be happy to go and take Mrs. Cleary over. We've never been over there. I don't think we've ever been out of South Australia and Victoria.
Well, in the fourth race in the card, the very consistent galloper Todd Wilkes had 58 kilos. He opened up 5-2 favourite, but got out to 4-1.
Then Never Late to the outside, clear of Sabre Tayab, but Todd Wilkes finding plenty. Led a length and a half again with 300 to go. Kicked away from Calenza. Never Late down the outside under the whip, but Todd Wilkes has got a big break. He's drawn away 2.5 in front, holding them easily. Calenza is second, and then Sabre Tayab coming home when it's all over. But Todd Wilkes wins by 3 lengths to Calenza. Sabre Tayab flashing home for third, followed by
Todd Wilkes, very consistent galloper at 4-1, spread eagle the field, Calenza second, and Sabre Tayab a very good run third, and he wants just a slightly longer journey, and he'll be something to bet on. Once again, Keith Hillier at the winner's stall.
Rob, the course announcer just told us that Todd Wilkes had won, was it 8 or 9 races at Flemington?
That's his 9th win here, Keith.
Well, I can't recall another horse doing that, can you?
Well, I don't know of any while I've been involved in racing.
He's an 8-year-old, yet he led them a merry dance again today.
Yes, well, look, we've been running at Moonee Valley because that's just how the races seem to pan out, and he's had leg problems in the last 12 or 18 months, and I've only been able to swim him and do pace work with him, but obviously the bigger track today suited his legs, and Mick said he just travelled very kindly in front and always felt like he was going to win.
And now we'll have another break and then back for the last 4 races. The highlight of the day, and so it proved. True Version was the favourite in the race with good money for Caledonian Boy and quite a bit of money for Baptise. Watch over the last 200 metres how Caledonian Boy and Pat Highland refused to give in.
Raj put at the 400, led from Caledonian Boy. Gouchy's out on True Version now, then Baptise, followed by Rajput and Farristan. Caledonian Boy hit the front. True Version coming at him at the 200, and they're followed by Farristan. True Version gradually getting to Caledonian Boy. He won't give in, Caledonian Boy. He's ahead in front. True Version trying hard. Caledonian Boy. He's won it, Caledonian Boy, I reckon. A nose to True Version. About 4 lengths away in third place, Baptise.
Baptise is still very, very green. He'll continue to improve, and we're looking forward to another great clash of these horses in the Australian Guineas. Caledonian Boy, very good galloper indeed, and he's prepared by Jim Maloney.
Well, I suppose it's easy to laugh when your 3-year-old has proved a giant killer, Jim.
Well, they say winners laugh and losers please themselves, so we're pretty happy about him winning today, Keith. It was a very impressive win, I thought.
It was a fantastic win and a fantastic ride too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he drew the outside and he had to be used a little bit to get over, which the others had drawn good barriers and they were presented with the run. So he for his second run in this time in, he had a little bit of pressure there in the first furlong.
We have an outstanding crop of 3-year-olds, and you beat 2 of the bigger wrapped ones today, True Version and Baptise. What a shame that this fellow is a gelding.
Yes, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. As long as he's a good racehorse, we'll all be very happy.
Yeah, good thing for racing. He is, not perhaps for him, because we're going to see him racing on as a 4-year-old, which is one of the things I think that's missing in Australian racing. Let's go to the next race in the program. Colin Hayes saddled up the 2 top fancies in it. Rory's Twig, the top pick, knuckled over at the start and lost about a half length, and put up a very good performance to score, battling it out with stablemate Garland of Roses over the concluding stages of the race. These 2 are both very, very smart, and there was another one I liked, Dream of Kingston, having its first start in a race, showed a lot of pace and will improve on the run. Let's have a look at the finish of this event.
Gold Vintage behind them. It's the leader still, Garland of Roses. He's had to go for it. Orchid can't go on. Rory's Twig coming at it now. The 2 stablemates are going to fight it out. I think Rory's Twig's going home a bit better. Drew level with Garland of Roses and took the lead with 100 to go. Then Gold Vintage and Orchid, and Rory's Twig kept going. Hands and Heels will win. 3 parts of a length to Garland of Roses. Close for third. Maybe Gold Vintage nosed Orchid out of third place.
Rory's Twig 11-8 favourite, Garland of Roses 9-4, and Gold Vintage battled on strongly at 15-1, just beating Orchid for the minor placings, and Colin Hayes is the man who saddled up the Quinella.
Well, Colin, I noticed you having a look at the runner-up part of your Quinella on the race. Any problem there?
Well, it looks a bit sore behind me. We're just going to get the vet to look at it now, and Malin reported she was sore.
No difference to the result?
Well, I don't know. She must have done it jumping out, I think. She's probably ricked something or pulled something, and he said she felt as though she was sore in running.
Right. Well, your fillies, your pair of fillies were better than the others. Did the result go the way you anticipated it?
Well, the way Michael Clark anticipated.
Right. He had the choice, of course.
He had the choice, and he picked the right one.
Right. What sort of problem do you expect has happened to the two Garland of Roses, Colin?
I think it may have happened just after she jumped. I think she may have pulled something behind. She looks a little bit sore.
And the likely outcome of an injury that may have happened to
it? It'll only be a minor injury, I should think. I hope so, anyway, and it should be all right with a little let-up.
Well, Colin Hayes certainly having a wonderful season again with his 2-year-olds. In a moment, we'll have the last two from Flemington. The second leg of the Daily Double was a fantastic race. 5 horses looked like winning in the straight. First Keepers, then the favourite Lord of Camelot. Bullion Broker was coming at them, and then Globetrotter came from the rear, and finally Carlisle Ben flashed down the outside. A real rib tickler.
Wider out IKEA and Globetrotter with 300 to go. Lord of Camelot tackling Keepers, who's got a length on him, however. They're followed by Highboard and Bullion Broker. Keepers a half length in front. Lord of Camelot's doing nothing much now. Here's Globetrotter down the outside, and Carlisle Ben with a big run. It's Carlisle Ben and Globetrotter swooping the leaders on the line, and Carlisle Ben wins it from Globetrotter. Bullion Broker got up for third.
Carlisle Ben, drifter in the betting at 10-1, a great performance. Globetrotter heavily backed a very good run second, and Bullion Broker at 9-2 third. Lord of Camelot had a bit of a belly on him, and I think he'll improve on that run. Robert Heffernan showing all his vigour, interviewed now by Keith Hillier.
Robert, Carlisle Ben's win was a nice welcome home present.
Yeah, it was, Keith. Very good.
When did you get back from Hong Kong?
I've been back about a week. Been riding work since Tuesday. This is my first race meeting.
You went to Hong Kong on a sort of stand-in basis, didn't you?
Yes, Gary Palmer rides for Bruce Hutchison over there. He had a fall or some two or so months ago, and they thought he'd only be 3 weeks, and I thought it'd only be a short holiday. But it ended up he had a clot of blood above his kidney, and they had to drain it a few times, and he was out for quite some time, so my stay ended up being a little bit longer than first anticipated.
Probably the biggest tip of the day was in the last race in the card, Bon Purpay, and those who backed it must have been smiling everywhere but in the last 20 metres.
Then Lisa Bay Detel and Bay of Stirling at the 300 and bit of a star clear. Bon Purpay now quickly ranging up to it. Galway Gale and Tutsul coming at them on the outside. Bon Purpay dash to the lead. Besterberg getting a thread through on the inside. Galway Gale and Besterberg. They're coming at Bon Purpay. Bon Purpay in front, but Besterberg's coming home better on the outside. Drew level near the line. Great win, Besterberg. Scores by about a half length, Bon Purpay. Head away third, Galway Gale.
Great win, Besterberg. It played up and missed the start. Didn't have a lot of luck in running, but showed great determination to get to the line and score. And here's trainer Bernie Lowe.
We're making this a habit, winning the last race on the meeting you started at Benalla yesterday, Bernie.
Yeah, well, it's a nice habit to be in.
It sure is. Besterberg broke through for a win today. She had won at Sandown 3 starts back. Her form has been consistent all the way, hasn't it?
Well, the 2 runs in between, she was featured in the steward's report very consistently, and I did ask permission to see the steward's film after the Sandown run.
Why was that, Bill?
I thought that I might be able to learn a bit about her. I tried putting rings on her last week, and that didn't seem to make any difference. She's still getting her head up in the air, and looks to me as if she really wants further, although she did settle really good today. However, for all that, the horse will be better, I think, as she gets a bit older, and we'll just have to weigh out whether we run in the Guineas or perhaps give her 3 or 4 weeks off and then perhaps consider Sydney. But, well, we're in the Guineas, and at this stage you don't want to be giving up your chances, I don't think, anyway.
Let's check the TAB dividends now for yesterday's racing throughout Australia. The extra in Melbourne for 1 and 1, $3.75. The Daily Double 2 and 3, $22.70. The Quadrella for 1 double 2 3 paid $209.40. The extra in Sydney for 4 and 2, $17. The main double 9 and 8, $3.15. The extra Adelaide 8 and 7, $51.30. The Daily Double there, 10 and 12, $56.70.
And his win in today's $30,000 Pakenham Cup. The Vagrant, who has now won at his last 4 starts and is arguably the most improved handicapper in Victoria, will now carry 54.5 kilograms in the $101,000 Australian Cup in March. Superbly ridden by 39-year-old Neville Wilson, the Vagrant finished powerfully to defeat local star Tilopia and the unlucky Woking.
400, Tilopia took the lead in the Cup, follow the light, hard-ridden move to second from Kentish. Trigg coming off the fence, then Ollie's Decree with a run around the outside. The Vagrant looking for a way out and Woking. In the straight, Tilopia's got a good lead, a length and a half, follow the light. Beaten, Trigg out wide, Ollie's Decree. The Vagrant down the outside and Woking. The Vagrant running in, Tilopia length in front. The Vagrant starting to fly out wide. Draws level with Tilopia and gets up again to win. The Vagrant wins the Cup, Tilopia's second, close for third.
The Vagrant's at the top of his form with 4 successive wins. They've all been achieved with late dashes to the line, something trainer Rob McGuinness said he's getting used to.
Today he was back in the field and he was in a tight pocket, but he seems to get out of it every time, and it was a thrill to see him go to the post and win today.
And what about his future now?
Well, we'll look at the Australian Cup, but we'll just take each race as they come. It's a pleasure to win these races on the way through.
And he was well supported, the Vagrant, but still at good odds, $2.85 and $1. Tilopia. Woking looked a little unlucky. The Quadrilla on a favourite stage, just $24.45 for the 2 1s, 4 and 2. The Daily Double on 1 and 4, $7.35, and a skinny extra, 1 and 2, $3.70. And Darren Gauci will be feeling a little sorry for himself tonight after giving up the ride on the Vagrant to pilot the outsider Apache Red in today's $60,000 Hobart Cup at Elwick. Apache Red never got into the race, which was brilliantly won by the 4-year-old Dark Intruder, ridden by Beverly Buckingham. Beverly was the star of the day, having earlier won the first leg of the Daily Double, and she's no stranger to Melbourne, having ridden at Flemington in the spring.
Dark Intruder's going to straighten up all alone in the Cup. 250 left to go. Dark Intruder's 4 lengths in front. Seapole running on Noah, followed by Scruples, Flame and Katie, but Dark Intruder's going to walk in. 100 metres left to go. Dark Intruder's well clear. Down the outside, Epigram flying, but all too late. Dark Intruder, yes sir, Dark Intruder by 5 lengths. Second placing goes to Epigram. Royal Work third, then Flame and Katie McBurn. They were followed in by Drop.
Beverly was letting the boys know exactly where she was at the end. Dark Intruder 7.15 and 2.40. They're the dividends on the Hobart Cup today, 9, 11 and 4, and the trifecta $243.70.
The outside from Mania, ease on down. They're getting into this track a bit, which is surprising, and then Ace of Supreme into the straight. Lucky's for Some's about 4 in front of La Zipridge. Port ease on down, and then Privy Miss, but Lucky for Some's well clear inside the 200, about 3 lengths in front of La Zip, who's racing down generously. Wolvet flying out wide, Lucky for Some in front. Wolvet trying to pick it up, will get up. What a run from last, what a performance. Wins 3/4 from Lucky for Some. 3 lengths away, La Zip.
Yes, and since then, Pretty Plume is set, and Wolvet will be the last. Pam Phil won this race last year. She went on to be a very good filly. Still racing, of course. Came here in the spring and was second to Rory's Jester in the Irwin Stakes a fortnight ago. So it's been a good race over the years, a quality event listed. Now Wolvet joins them, and they're set to go for the opening event. Great view there. Wolvet will be closest to the screen when they jump. Mirage has drawn in 1. They stand well. We'll wait for the light. Racing. Wolvet, as you can see, just missed it about a half a length, but that's not unusual. Mirage came out very well next to the rail. Winning Hit ran out at the start. Pretty Plume was away well. Marmalade to the inside. Serene behind them with Ballet Lass, Mystic Magic. Mania in that group of horses, and Wolvet getting plenty of galloping room. 900 out. Mirage led about a half length from Winning Hit the outside. Mania the rail. Pretty Plume moved up to be 3 wide. Serene behind them on the fence from Mystic Magic, Take My Picture. Ballet Lass, Wolvet given plenty of time to settle down over the crossing, and last Marmalita. Mirage showing good speed as they go up towards the 600. Pretty Plume the outside, Winning Hit just behind them. Serene the inside, Take My Picture's cruised up to them out wide. Then Mania, Wolvet travelling all right, giving Take My Picture a length and a half, and Mystic Magic. 400 out, Mirage headed now by Pretty Plume and Winning Hit.
Take My Picture. Wolvet starts to wind up at the 300. Pretty Plume just in front of Winning Hit. Take My Picture and Wolvet coming together. It's Pretty Plume got Winning Hit beaten. Wolvet's finishing too well though. Take My Picture in the centre, but the favourite took the lead on Guinea's Day and is going to win the first. Wolvet strides away to win by 2.5. Take My Picture second, ahead away Pretty Plume. 3 lengths Winning Hit, Mystic Magic, Marmalita, Mania rather. Then Serene, Mirage, Marmalita, and last to finish was Ballet Lass. Good go there, Ron, and Wolvet was given plenty of time by Gary Murphy and balanced up nicely and has run spark. And I think we're ready to go over and join Ian Craig for the Hobartville of 1986.
Rider on Easter. And our third and Noel Barker getting back aboard now. Drawn stands well. The jockey on same, namely Wayne Harris, just easing his weight out of the saddle. It was ironic, wasn't it? The horse that kicked Wayne in the enclosure at Radwick last Saturday week, Oriane, was able to win today at on the toe to New South Wales odds of slightly better than
condition. They were running 110.6 up the straight, 1,200 metres, and it was really a wonderful day to be there. The first race on the card, and Wolvet, back from Adelaide, was the favourite.
Mirage hard ridden from Pretty Plume, but Take My Pictures joined them, and Wolvet coming at them with Winning Hit going for a rails run. Winning Hit went up the Pretty Plume at the 300 metre mark. On the outside, Wolvet is gradually making ground with Take My Picture. It's Wolvet the outside and Take My Picture racing to Pretty Plume. Wolvet has taken the lead with 100 to go, and Wolvet's going to be much too good. Take My Picture battling on, but Wolvet wins 2 lengths. She's smart. Second, Take My Picture, ahead away third in the race.
Very good performance, Wolvet. She gobbled them up in the concluding stages, and there is some doubt, though, now whether she will run in the Blue Diamond just the same. Bundle of money for Take My Picture, having its first start in a race, far from disgraced. We speak now with winning trainer Brian Ralph.
Well, Brian, congratulations. You tell the press boys just now that she's not a definite starter in the Blue Diamond.
No, she's definitely not a definite starter. She was bought mainly for the Oaks as a 3-year-old, and we don't want to burn her out too much as a 2-year-old. So
what would be the alternative if you were to miss the Blue Diamond?
Probably the paddock.
Well, Keith Hillier talking there with Brian Ralph. In the second race in the program, they backed a few horses in it, but one of the best things beaten I've seen for many a long day was Gold Deck, which was trapped hopelessly wide, particularly over the last 800 metres of the race. There was a double protest in this. Roche won the race on the inside from Gold Deck on the outside, and Afghan's Idol in the middle. Seemed a little bit crowded over the last 200 metres, but the protests were dismissed.
Sabre Tyab Thompson's gone for the whip on it, 300 to go, and Goldeck's taken the lead from Afghan's Idol. Roche battling back, however, on the inside, and then Sabre Tyab. Goldeck starting to struggle. He's covered so much ground. He's just got his head in front of Roche, coming again on the inside, and then Sabre Tyab and Afghan's Idol. Goldeck and Roche fighting it out, nothing between them. Goldeck the outside and Roche. They hit it, and Roche has won at Goldeck. Oh, gee. He's got beaten a half head. Afghan's Idol third from Sabre Tyab.
Yes, follow Goldeck. It was a wonderful run. Roche battled on strongly. A great ride by Dittman. Afghan's Idol third. And Sabre Tyab just a little bit disappointing. The equal favourite in the race with Goldeck. And Sabre Tyab just plugged in the run home, making up very little ground. Now let's go down with Keith Hillier and speak to trainer Bill Patton.
Well done, Bill, and a nice ride, I'm sure you'll agree, by Mick Dittman.
Oh, well, I was pleased to get him, really. At one stage he looked as though he was going to be too heavy, but I persevered with him, and I said, he'll win if you can make the weight, so I was only too glad to get him.
Twice Roche looked to be collared in the straight, but do you think Mick was just saving something back there?
Oh, he's just a superb rider, he's one of the best riders in Australia by far, and he was probably in front too far from home, I thought, but he's just a brilliant jockey.
Yes, you wouldn't be going to tell him that, of course.
No, he might ask for more.
Retrovision Racing you're watching on World of Sport from Channel 7. Wilbody and Colin Hayes saddled up the favourite Military Plume.
And something stunning in front of the tank. Now Military Plume let go with Symbolico of Cruise to the leaders. Military Plume's taken the lead. Bravera's getting a run on the fence, and then Symbolico and Devon Duke has pulled out. Military Plume in front with 100 metres to go. Bells are calling, coming down the outside. Military Plume in front. Bells are calling, running into second place. But Military Plume in front and goes on to win from Bells are calling. Devon Duke might have got third in front of On the Crest.
Military Plume well backed into 9-4 favourites. Had 3 starts now for 3 wins. 14-1 the second and third horses, Bells Are Calling and Devon Duke. Symbolico was back for a fair bit of money in the race too, but it just ran an ordinary event, and we go down now to speak to Colin Hayes.
Well, Military Plume keeping his record intact, Col, after 2 wins in Adelaide.
Right, yes, he's bred really to be more of a distance horse than a speed horse, but he's got lovely speed, and if he can, it's nice to see a 2-year-old running that sort of, with a pedigree like him. It augurs well for the spring, I think.
He's looking a little lost towards the end of the race, veering out towards the horses wider out.
He's like a big baby, really.
Really?
He was running out, yes. But he's ran nice time, 1:10.4.
Well, a race like the Blue Diamond, is he up to that?
I think I'll run him in the size. Yeah. Probably only run him once more in the size. Whether we take him to Sydney, we'll decide after a conference with the owners, but we're not going to hurt him at this stage.
The Lightning Stakes was race 4 up the straight 1,000 metres. Campaign King, after a magnificent sequence of wins, was a warm favourite. But of course there was the Sydney youngster over for the race too, Hula Chief. It had started only 6 times and had won 5 in a row. A brilliant race, the Lightning.
Genius got the lead, but Campaign King got the split to join it. Then on the outside, Rory's Jester, Hula Chief's in trouble. Asher Star got knocked over. Campaign King's gone. Touch of Genius, the leader from Rory's Jester, and here's Dazzling Duke coming at the lot of them. Hula Chief getting out near the line. Rory's Jester broke clear. Hula Chief grabbing it from Dazzling Duke. Hula Chief's going home best, and it'll win. Hula Chief gets up the win from Rory's Jester, Dazzling Duke, third. Touch of Genius.
Wonderful win to Hula Chief, making it 6 in a row, 13-4. Rory's Jester, a great run, second at 5s, and Dazzling Duke at 20-1, third. Campaign King, the unplaced favourite. Little disappointing, but I think we can forgive him that run at 6-4. Bart Cummings back in the winners list.
Well, Bart, that's now 6 on end for Hula Chief. Today he really did step into the big league.
Well, it was good to win his first run at weight for age, but he has been very consistent. And his first run at weight at Open Company was a welter win, and he won a group race for 3-year-olds over 1,200 metres prior to coming here very impressively. But I thought today was probably his best run.
Yes, the Golden Slipper Stakes winner Rory's Jester was runner-up, and behind him were some smart sprinters, including the unplaced favourite, Campaign King.
Well, you can't do any more than win, and he keeps winning, and he's very consistent, and I think he's making a very good sprinter.
Vision improved to defeat Caledonian Boy, and there was great confidence about the very good filly from New South Wales, Shankhill Lass. Here's how it turned out.
True Version, he's trying to get out. He has got out, and Shankhill Lass struggling. Caledonian Boy getting up on the inside of Black Charleston, and True Version coming at them on the outside. Shankhill Lass is not in it. True Version's day to day, I reckon. He raced up the Caledonian Boy and took the lead. Oh, he needed that run all right. He's coming away from Caledonian Boy, Black Charleston and Shankhill Lass. And True Version wins by 2.5 lengths to Caledonian Boy. Black Charleston third, Shankhill Lass disappointing.
Great win to True Version, the 2's favourite, wonderful odds. Caledonian Boy 4-1, Black Charleston 50s. Shankhill Lass, not a lot of luck in the run, but a little disappointing just the same. If you thought Bart Cummings was happy after the win of Hula Chief, Angus Armanasco was ecstatic after True Version.
Angus, the strength of True Version's win has now put second thoughts into retirement plans.
Well, I don't know about it. Not in my mind, Keith, because, you know, I didn't want him to race too much. And the stud now has charge of the horse, and if they want to race him, well, naturally, that's up to them. But my advice to the stud would be let him go to the stud now and with no further racing, because I always believe that the less racing they have, as I've always said, the less racing they have, and when they're not under pressure at all, they'll show much benefit for that at the stud.
Angus, the Australian Guineas was billed as the autumn clash of the 3-year-olds. Opinions were divided. All other opinions were knocked into a cocked hat by True Version, weren't they?
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I always thought he would win, but then how often do the good things get beaten? And I suppose after he met with a defeat last week, or last run, well, that led everybody to believe that he can get beaten.
He certainly didn't. He won like a real champion. The Winslow Handicap, this is a very open affair. Jackson Square finished up favourite, but he didn't race at any stage.
Well kept, full of running, but running into everything, and Jackson Square's right off the track and doing nothing. At the 300 on our selection, about 6 lengths in front of Red Opaque coming into the picture from Rule the Sky. On our selection, starting to stop, Red Opaque out after it on the outside, and also Jewel Planet, but on our selection still in front as they get near the line. It'll hang on. He's stolen a march on them. On our selection, 1 1/length and a quarter, Jewel Planet. Maybe Red Opaque third from Nan Crest.
On our selection, started at 10-1. A good run, Jewel Planet second at 5s, and Red Opaque battled on also at 12-1. Favourite Jackson Square was very disappointing. He dropped out as was expected. He didn't seem to go on with it at all at any stage. Here's trainer George Hanlon.
Quite a daring ride by Brent Thompson, George. 2 instructions?
Yes, but I said to him, I'd like to see him held up a little to get the 1400 metres. I was a doubt about it, but he said that, you know, he was wanting the race a bit keen, so he let him stride, which was better, and luckily when he let him stride, he pinched quite a few lengths.
That's a couple of nice wins now, so he's really coming good this
well, he won at Moonee Valley quite good the other day, but his form has been, say, a little patchy, but it's been fairly good, his form.
We'll join you shortly for the last 2 races.
In the average.
On our selection, and in the next, Harry White decided he'd try and do the same thing on Lord of Camelot.
Kicked away, then Arctic Lord, followed next to Vagrant. Down the outside of the track, Celso, Kiwi, Slave, Playful Princess, Globetrotter can't win, but Lord Camelot's gone further ahead. He's 3 lengths in front of the 200. From in second placing now, Playful Princess starting to come home hard. Lord of Camelot in front near the line. He's a length in front. Playful Princess flashing up, but won't make it. And Ron Kane's gone off for 1,000. Lord Camelot's won the money from Playful Princess. Maybe Ocean Cloud third.
The winner, Lord of Camelot, he'll win again too. He looked too big at his first run. He still looked a fraction big to me yesterday, but he'll go on again. He's a pretty good galloper. Playful Princess, the 5's favourite, ran on strongly, and Ocean Cloud in third placing. And it was that racing personality of the year who trained the winner, Tommy Smith.
We used to see Lord of Camelot chase home Red Anchor. Today he was showed that he's regaining his winning form.
Yes, but this horse has never been really sound to now. He's always had leg trouble, but his legs seem to be very good. And that's his only second run from a spell. So I'm just hoping that he'll be able to keep the form and be able to run the Australian Cup.
I suppose that was his autumn mission here, Tom.
That's what we got him down here for, the Australian Cup. Then we'll take him back to Sydney and try and win the Doncaster with him.
The Australian Cup would be a tough race to win at a third run in.
I think I might run him next Saturday in the Watfage race at Caulfield.
Right, so he'll be pretty fit then on the Australian Cup.
He'll be fit that day.
Last race in the programme was a very open affair, and Knight of Avon was the top pick. Knight of Avon was around about the 4-1 mark in a very open betting race. They backed quite a lot of horses in the event, most punters looking to get out on the last.
And Under Oath is getting out from Viva Vane. Bletchway's gone. Miner's Man in front. Kentish trying hard. Viva Vane, Under Oath and Knight of Avon after them. Kentish and Miner's Man, but now Under Oath grabs them on the outside with Knight of Avon. Under Oath and Knight of Avon fighting it out. Under Oath's taken the lead, and Drury's Son from last. It's Under Oath. There's one at a nose to Knight of Avon. Drury's Son from nearly last, flown home for third from Kent.
Now the winner there was Under Oath at 13-2. It was backed in from 10-1, so a lot of money won on it. Now 4-1 is the right price about Knight of Avon, who started favourite in the race, ran second, and Drury's Son was third at 14-1 in the last race on the card. Let's have a look now at TAB dividends throughout Australia. The extra in Melbourne for 6 and 5 paid $19.80, and the daily double for 1 and 6, $5.75. The quadrella, 5146, $515.90. In Sydney, the extra for 9 and 1, $146.10. The main double, 4 and 6, $56.40. In Adelaide, the extra 3 and 8, $13.15. The daily double, 10 and 1, $10.15. At Bendigo, the extra 1 and 2, $33.35. The main double, 3 and 2, paid $4.25. And the quadrilla there, 3-1-2-2, paid $217.30. Well, it's a big race meeting at Moonee Valley on Tuesday. It's another one of those real twilights. Starting at 3:20, going to about 20-8. They had a big crowd, 8,200 there last week, and it was great racing. I'm sure there'll be another big crowd. Wednesday it's Cranbourne, Thursday Seymour, Friday Warrnambool, and on Saturday it's Ballarat, and of course The first day of the Autumn Carnival at Caulfield is going to be a wonderful race.
Collins.
Wonderful day's racing, a good crowd in attendance at Caulfield, and some great riding and training performances. One of the rides of the day, without any doubt, maybe the ride of the year, was Mick Dittman on the favourite Gypsy Alert in race 1.
Shoes has got back to last now as Timid Miss goes around them. On the turn, and Ninny Noo's gone, and the leader, Miss Nisku from Phoenix Rising. Gypsy Alert's badly blocked in at the moment. They're followed by Arctic Wolf on the outside, and then Flying Shoes. 200 to go, Phoenix Rising and Miss Nisku. Gypsy Alert can't get out, and then Arctic Wolf with 150 to go. Gypsy Alert, Dittman's forcing his way through in the centre, and Gypsy Alert takes the lead near the line and is going on to win by about a half length to Arctic Wolf. Third on the inside, Miss Nisku.
Great win there to the 7-4 favourite Gypsy Alert. She suffered a bleeding tack just after the race on her way back to the stall and will be banned for racing for 3 months. Arctic Wolf ran on well second and Miss Nisku in third placing. In the second event on the program, Karma Cruise, after his good win last week, started a 2-1 favourite.
Jewel Planet is now hooked wide, and here's Mighty Dom with a strong run around them from Snowblock. Karma Cruise, the leader into the straight from Sir Lustrious, sticking on the inside. Jewel Planet and out wide are Mighty Dom, and Snowblock trying to get out. He's had to go for the whip on Karma Cruise. Jewel Planet's got to it on the outside from Mighty Dom, and Normandy Bay coming with a strong run. Normandy Bay and Jewel Planet have raced past Karma Cruise, and Normandy Bay's coming away. He's racing away in the run to the post, and a double to Mick Dittman. Maybe Jewel Planet second, just in front of Karma Cruise from...
Good win to Normandy Bay, 15-1. Karma Cruise may have had to go to the front a little too soon. Jewel Planet battled on for third. Mighty Dom, I think, are the unplaced horse to follow in the race, as we speak now with Jeff Murphy.
Normandy Bay, an impressive 2,000 metre winner, Jeff, and ran very smart time.
Yes, he did run very good time, Bernie. She, well, she's always looked like she's wanted ground. I've never been able to find the right races to put her in. Right. Every village race you find, they're always too short.
Right.
So that was, we'll take the colts on and see what happens.
Well, she took them on and gave them a sound beating.
Yeah, well, Mick said, you know, she should have won easy because he said every time he went to take a run on her, she didn't want to take it, and he's had to wait till he got out and clear. So he suggested we put blinkers on.
And after this break, more Retrovision racing on World of Sport. Now, Style Girl backed into a heavily backed favourite at 10-9, and there was big money for Show Glen.
A length to Star Style Girl, IKEA hard ridden from Keepers and Straight Approval and Beach Boy. Into the straight, nondescript, a length and a half to Show Glen coming at it. Here's Star Style Girl, pull to the outside now, and then Lighthouse Watson, but it's Show Glen getting to the lead. Star Style Girl under the whip trying to get it on the outside. Show Glen in front. Star Style Girl's not making enough ground. Show Glen the leader near the line, and Show Glen's going to win it. About a long neck to Star Style Girl. IKEA's run third.
It's a good win to Show Glen, starting at 7-1 from the favourite Star Style Girl, which had every chance, and IKEA battling on for third placing. And Bernie O'Brien spoke with the winning trainer, Bob Hoisted.
Show Glen, Bob, he's not only a very honest horse, he's a versatile horse.
Yes, that was a good win for him today, Bernie. First up over 1,600 metres. Not too many horses are capable of doing that.
No.
And he's been in work a little while. His work's been very good for me. And I thought he'd run well today. And he got out there and ran a little better than what I'd hoped he would.
What you thought, right. Well, he was placed in the staying races in the spring, third in the... went fourth down at Geelong in the Cup.
Yes.
And his last one was in the Sandown Cup.
Yes, he was a brother to Lover Show, who won the Diamond for me some 3 years ago, and people expected a lot of him, but he was always a different type of horse, a staying horse. I told Mr Cox as a 5-year-old he could be a Melbourne Cup chance for us.
Well, the fourth race was the Herald Sprint. In this event, Luther's Luck opened favourite, but drifted in the betting when there was a big plunge on Fine Offer.
The leader hung off the track. No Parole and Kingston Lane got the run. Out wide on the track, Luther's Luck and Fine Offers looks to be struggling. No Parole got up on the fence to join Pan Am from On Our Selection, and here's Luther's Luck gobbling them up out wide. Fine Offer can't win, but Luther's Luck has got to the lead, 100 to go. Mr Glamour's running on well, but Luther's Luck's going to bolt in. Wins by 3 lengths to Mr Glamour. On Our Selection third, fourth No Parole.
Very strong win to Luther's Luck, who came with a paralysing run in the straight. Got out to 11-2 from Mr Glamour and On Our Selection, and the unplaced favourite was Fine Offer. Sale trainer, Ron Crawford.
Luther's Luck, Ron, a very consistent and highly talented galloper.
Yeah, he's a genuine racehorse. One in a million, I suppose, sort of a horse everyone wants to own. Just keeps earning stake money and keeps winning races. He's won from 1,200 metres to 2,000 metres. The last 2 years he's just been 2 lengths short of the best Gallivers in, Victoria. Well, this year maybe he might be, I hope.
In a moment, we'll be back with the Hang 10 Blue Diamond Stakes. And the public settled on the Tommy Smith owned and trained Bounding Away.
Then came Western Ace at the head of the others, and Bataan making ground out wide. Bounding Away the leader into the straight. Led from Indeed I Do. Then Opine Trust, Lockley's daughter, Bataan on the outside, but Bounding Away has kicked away. Dittman shot at 2 lengths in front of La Zip. Bataan struggling from Lockley's daughter, but Bounding Away is living up to its name and is going to walk in. Bounding Away wins the Blue Diamond by 4 lengths. Close for second, Bataan got second from La Zip. Woolvet flashing home next from Lockley.
Great filly, Bounding Away, 3-1 favourite, and she's the logical one for the Golden Slipper. A great run in the race also for a minor event. Woolvet came from last and finished up running 4th in the event. The Carline Cup was the next race on the card, and here the Colin Hayes trained Under Oath was the #1 selection.
Tayab swung very wide into the straight, and he's let the Vagrant through to hit the front on the inside. He hung badly, and the Vagrant dashed clear from Sabre Tayab. Globetrotter running on, and here's Astralin from the clouds down the outside. Astralin is coming home like a train. The Vagrant in front, Globetrotter and Astralin trying to get to it. The Vagrant just in front, and he's going to win from Astralin. 3rd Globetrotter, 4th is Jano, and then...
Very consistent gallop of the Vagrant at 5-1. Beautiful run on the rails at the turn and well ridden by Neville Wilson. Astralin flew home for 2nd at 9. Globetrotter 3rd, 6s. Under Oath, a little bit disappointing, the 3-1 favourite, as Bernie O'Brien speaks with trainer Rob McGuinness.
Well, Rob, there was the Vagrant in a surprise change of pace up near the lead.
Yes, well, normally Bernie is back in the field waiting for that miracle run that sometimes comes and sometimes doesn't. It happened last week at Flemington.
Well, that's right, he had no luck when 5th that day, did he?
No, he was interfered with just as he was starting to make a strong run, and it probably cost him the race. And today it was a slowly run race, and Neville showed initiative and let the horse be up near the lead. And so it was strange to see the Vagrant be in front that far from home. And
absolutely, yeah.
Unfortunately, he was able to run that way and keep going and win.
We'll be back in a moment with more racing on World of Sport. Campaign King proved what a great 3-year-old he is, overcoming difficulties in the last 100 metres to still score. A great performance also by Fox Seal, who came from a long way back and couldn't get a run over the concluding stages of the race. Here's the finish of the Futurity.
Willow hit the front on the corner with West Mayo and Touch of Genius. Then Campaign King, followed by Delightful Bell and Dazzling Duke. At the 200, Taj Quillo and Touch of Genius, with Campaign King coming at them from Dazzling Duke. Taj Quillo's hit the front. Campaign King trying to grab it with Dazzling Duke. Campaign King got interfered with. It's Taj Quillo in front, but Campaign King's grabbed it and won. Campaign King's won it by a short half head from either Dazzling Duke or Taj Quillo.
Yes, great race. Campaign King, the 3-1 favourite, landing the money again. Dazzling Duke at 10-1 and Taj Quillo, vastly improved run 3rd at 40-1. Here's the successful trainer, Les Theodore.
Well, there's another cliffhanger for Campaign King, but he keeps winning those photos.
Thank goodness, yeah, he keeps winning.
He's got a big heart, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, he's all heart.
Well, his only bad run in town was in the Lightning Stakes 2 starts back. What happened that day?
Well, we tried to ride him for speed, Bernie, and it just backfired. He's a horse you've got to let find his feet, and then he runs home for you. If you do the reverse, well, he doesn't run home. He just resents it.
I think the excuse one of the reasons why you did try and ride him for speed, because he drew an inside barrier.
Barrier 1, yes. Yeah. As it turned out, it was just a bad race for him.
The last, very open, 5-1 the field.
Out Sweet Dream Lady, grabbed by Sutton, who coasted up on the outside to hit the front now. Lost Art in the centre is weakening. Golden Twig out wide, and then Imperial Regina. Sutton the leader, Golden Twig trying to get to it, and Just a Light coming with a big run out wide. Sutton in front with 100 to go. Golden Twig and Just a Light getting to it. Golden Twig got to Sutton. Golden Twig's put its head in front near the line, and Golden Twig is going to win it. Just a Light flew home for second from Sutton, and then Imperial Regina, Mrs. Manning.
And the winner, Golden Twig, started at 5-1 equal favourite. Just a Light was 16s and Sutton was 16s. The other equal favourite and unplaced was Imperial Regina. Don Berchiger, the winning trainer in the final event.
Well, a strong performance from Golden Twig, Don, and she went to the line very, very impressively.
Yeah, Bernie, very happy with the run. Give the impression she might get it further, the way she went to the line.
Well, she had been racing against stronger company.
Yes, well, the first up run at the Valley was very good when she ran 3rd to Sutton. Thought she may be a little bit unlucky, and then she went to Flemington against the Colts and ran home very well.
That's right, she wasn't far away in that race.
Well, there would not be a man on earth who doesn't beware the fillies. You can never trust them, can you? You can never be too sure.
Mike, how right you are, because a maiden filly called Dolcezza, who'd been backed and beaten a couple of times lately against her own sex in easy races, bobbed up to win the $100,000 Canterbury Guineas. Funny thing, calling the race, every now and again a commentator thinks to himself, I think it's Dolcezza, but I'm not sure. I nearly fell off the stool. I wasn't happy until the number went up. Sometimes you honestly feel you might be calling the wrong horse.
That horse couldn't possibly be leading that field.
That's right. Yeah. It's a psychological block, and gee, I was pleased when the number went up. What about the galloping grandfather from Perth, old Johnny Miller? And I use the term in all endearment, he's a freak.
Yeah, it was a fairy tale story yesterday. We were talking about him the other night, weren't we?
Yeah. Racing's the one business in the world where the odd dream comes true, and it came true for 6 very lucky owners of this filly Dolcezza, a daughter of the New Zealander Sir Silver Lad. Now, the Canterbury Guineas field nears the turn, and it was about here that Johnny Miller decided to steal a march on the opposition, and he kicked away with a lead of 1.5 lengths on Roman Artist on the inside. Peter Cook is moving up on Drawn with the yellow sleeves, yellow cap in the red colours, weakening as Kenzai. Now moving to 4th on the outside in the yellow colours is Rant and Rave, the Western Australian. I was wrapped in his run. Now the favourite's got red jacket, white sleeves, Handy Proverb, Jim Cassidy. The horse just couldn't get a clear go at them at any stage over the last 200 metres, and it was Dolcezza greeting the judge at very big odds and paying in excess of $28 on the New South Wales TAB. All right, the Golden Slipper countdown is underway. The big one, worth $1 million, is to be run at Rose Hill on March 22nd, and the qualifying races are on in no mean order. Easily the most important yesterday was in Melbourne, the Blue Diamond Stakes, and a Tommy Smith trained and owned filly called Bounding Away did this to the opposition. Mick Dittman in the saddle, she led from the outset, and when Dittman pulled the persuader, she left them floundering in her wake and showing great acceleration and enormous guts. Bounding Away just surged away from the field and went to the line to score by a big margin over Batan, and La Zip was in 3rd place, Woolvet was 4th. That filly reminds me a lot of a filly called Riesling, who won the Golden Slipper in the mid-60s. OK, during the week, Newcastle held the spotlight on Tuesday last when a race called the Penfolds Classic was run and won by a colt called Top Avenger, having his first race start, a son of Kayaru Star. Jim Cassidy on board, and there he is surging to the lead in the last 100 metres. Hit It Star with the white cap got up to run 2nd. Blazing Fontaine was 3rd, but that's a very tidy effort. Good horses only can win races like that at their first start in a race, and it was a super effort by Top Avenger. He's very lightly framed, however, and Brian Mayfield Smith might have a job keeping some condition on him. Now, the Sweet Embrace Stakes yesterday for 2-year-old fillies saw Captivan take her record to 4 out of 4. Beautiful big grey filly, unextended once again. Dreams Delight on the outside getting to 2nd. The other one is the West Aussie Pharaoh's Daughter, but look at the way they're spread out behind them. Peter Cook gave her one flick with the whip and she won by almost 2 lengths. A lovely big strong filly, but you've just got to keep asking yourself the question, how much petrol is there in the tank when she's put under pressure? That we don't know yet. Now, the Skyline Stakes and George Moore's colt Prix Catalan with Bruce Compton on board led them into the straight. Now, the odds-on favourite Imperial Baron is in 2nd place with Cassidy hard at work. Running 3rd, Cheers for Us on the outside, followed by Orion. Now, Imperial Baron seemed to take half an hour to get going. In the last 80 metres, he knuckles down to his task. He goes after Prix Catalan, but the post is too close, and Prix Catalan lasted to beat Imperial Baron, and Cheers for Us was 3rd. The winner is by lunchtime. 3 weeks to the slipper. Will it fit Bounding Away? Maybe. I must confess that's my early selection, Mike, at this stage, but like a female, I would like to have the opportunity to change my mind if necessary.
$8,000 Newmarket handicap. White made the decision, one of the hardest of his career, despite riding the Perth champion Colpack in a trial at Fleet. And Darren Gauci, in the red with a black cap, gave him plenty of time to balance up before asking him for an effort. Hewler Chief is no tearaway speedster. He's a powerful sprinter with brilliant acceleration who can sustain top speed under pressure. Hewler Chief gathered in the flying Palomino Star in the final 200 metres and looked as great as he did when he won last month's Lightning Stakes. Trainer Bart Cummings was satisfied with the effort.
They run about 47 1/4, and he was always going very well and on the bit, and Darren very pleased with him, and couldn't expect him to do any better.
You haven't raced him since the Lightning. That's 2.5 weeks ago now. That doesn't worry you?
No, I think it's a pretty good program for the Newmarket. We've won it previously with the same program, and this horse is coming along very similar to the previous winners, and I think he's going very well.
And Harry White was in top form at the Valley today. He and Darren Gauci staged an epic struggle in the feature event, the Milton Cup. Earlier in the day, Urbane and Symbolico both earned starts in next Monday's $100,000 Sires Produce Stakes. Symbolico was particularly impressive. Up to the turn at the 300, Symbolico being nursed just leg Gunshade Missouri. 4 wide hit and bounce from Running Repairs. Out of the Night can't get out behind them, and Double Triumph. Symbolico with his ears pricked, led in the straight, out wide, a hit in bounds, Running Repairs, getting clear, Double Triumph, Out of the Night won't get out, and Symbolico, this is the easiest win you've seen for a long time, wins by about a half length from hit in bounds and Double Triumph. Out of the Night's got through probably for 4th from Gunshade. Here's 7 to 4 favourite Symbolico, and Out of the Night had no luck whatsoever. Race 6, the big one of the day, and a big clash between White on Truement and Gauci on Seagull. Seagull a length away, Artmaster Testimony looking to get out, and a length to Contemplation, Magic Heights. Into the straight, Truement just in front of on the outside, Seagull. Testimony bullocking his way out from Artmaster. Seagull took the lead from Truement. Testimony and Artmaster coming at them. Seagull and Truement stride for stride. Truement kicking with Seagull the outside. They hit it, and Trument's 1.5 head. Seagull second, third Testimony, then Artmaster running on River Crossing with Contemplation. Yes, Truement successful and well back today, 11 to 2. Seagull 5 to 1 equal favourite with Artmaster. Well, leading rider Mick Gorham suffered a nasty fall in the second leg of the double today. Gorham was riding the outsider Steel Crest. The grey horse, he's 3 back on the inside and mixed in the blue colours. You can see him take a very nasty fall after the horse stumbled. He's been taken to St Vincent's Hospital suffering from an injury.
Handicap, of course, over the famous straight 1200 metre course was the principal race, and after his effortless win in the Lightning Stakes a couple of weeks ago, Hewler Chief was the popular pick at 5 to 4. Let's join our commentator, the accurate one, Bill Collins.
Racing, jumped beautifully. Burano, Mr Illusion away well. Hewler Chief jumped very well today from Rocky Mac. Wider out on the track, Rory's Just a Touch of Genius, and Campaign King is leading the outside division, working across, and they were followed further back by Colpack, also improving. At the 1,000 metre, and Campaign King's in front. Harry, what are you doing there today? Length and a half to Colpack and Hewler Chief third. Well, we thought that'd be near the rear, the 3 of them. Then Taj Quillo, Lord Galaxy, Beach Gown, Rory's Just a Touch of Genius, Lockley's Tradition. Back behind them, Richfield's Lad, Mr Illusion, and Rocky Mac, and Canny Lass and Burano. Campaign King at the 500, a length and a half, Colpack, a length further back, Lord Galaxy, Hewler Chief called on, then Taj Quillo, Beach Gown and Lockley's Tradition. Campaign King at the 400's grabbed by Colpack. He looks to have the King beaten, and they're followed by Hewler Chief and Rory's Jester from Lockley's Tradition, but Colpack shot to the lead. Campaign King's gone. Hewler Chief and Lockley's Tradition starting to run on with Richfield's Lad. Colpack in front, Hewler Chief's pegging him back from Lockley's Tradition, Richfield Lad and Canny Lass. It's Colpack just in front, Hewler Chief, and on the outside Lockley's Tradition. It's one Lockley. Lockley's Tradition's beaten Colpack and Hewler Chief, Canny Lass and Richfield's Lad.
Great finish to the Newmarket handicap, Lockley's Tradition at 12 to 1, scoring narrowly from Hewler Chief, perhaps a little bit unlucky to 5 to 4 favourite, and the Western Australian Colpack third at 10 to 1. Well, last night, of course, the AG Hunter Cup at Moonee Valley. What an excellent field it brought together. And the popular pick was the outstanding Western Australian horse Village Kid. Very good pacer indeed. Last week was beaten, came from a long way back, but his run was such a good pointer that punters made him the 2 to 1 on favourite. Let's have a look now at the final stages of last night's AG Hunter Cup from Moonee Valley.
In behind them, Panion, followed by Vanderpoort and Gosh. Then into wicket, Game Moron, 4 metres away. Bill Student around the turn of the 250 though. Village Kid straightens up 4 metres in front. Bag Limit the outside, trying hard. Morgan can't go on. Vanderpoort is getting to third. At the top of the straight though, Village Kid, he raced away. He's 6 metres in front. Bag Limit trying very hard. Then Vanderpoort is getting to third, followed by Morgan back on the fence, but it's all Village Kid. He's racing right away. Far too classy. Village Kid wins 6 metres to Bag Limit. 4 metres away, third, Vanderpoort.
Well, that's why he's considered to be one of the leading pacers in the land. Village Kid 2-1 on. A brilliant win in the Hunter Cup, untouched to beat.
Successful in the size produce. In the first today, Bon Brummel gave a dashing display to win at 10-1. He looks to have a big future over the jumps. Star Pyramid came down the outside to win the second event, also at 10-1, and the favourite Skydrop was at 4-1. In race 3, Beach Boy was having his 100th start today, and he arrived at 14-1 from Port Taburn and Affected. To the first of the replays and the $100,000 size produce stakes. The favourite was Military Plume, but Symbolico ran him down in the last 50 metres.
Classic Coup led, Military Plume going all right second, Symbolico with a strong run, then Urbane out wide from Mouton and Devon Duke, but Military Plume about to get to Classic Coup. Symbolico running on well with Urbane, but Clark goes for Military Plume. He finds a half length in front of Symbolico and Urbane. Military Plume in front, Symbolico's running him down out wide. Military Plume, Symbolico's finishing hard, and I reckon might have got him. Symbolico, maybe a nose, Military Plume, they're wide apart.
He looked tremendously well in the yard, Symbolico, and looked way over the odds at 11-1. The big one of the day and one of the great races in Australia, the Australian Cup.
They led 4 lengths at the 500. On the fence, Cliff Man, then Under Oath, Knight of Avon. Further back in the field, out wide, Puckle Harbour with Show Glen. Ocean Cloud behind them from the Vagrant and Carlisle Ben. Top banner at the 300. Led 2 lengths to on stage, Cliff Man, Playful Princess, Under Oath, Knight of Avon. And Carlisle Ben at the distance, top banner 2 lengths in front. Playful Princess starting to run on strongly with Cliff Man and Under Oath. Playful Princess getting to top banner, Knight of Avon and Under Oath, but Playful Princess has taken the lead and is going to win the Cup. Under Oath second, Knight of Avon third, Foxhill flashed up with the Vagrant.
She's been a very consistent mare. Tom Lanyon's done a great job as trainer. 4-1 favourite, and Foxhill ran home well. The Creswick Stakes was a thrilling finish. 4 dice beautifully ridden by Gauchi. 5-2 favourite, beating Mighty Dom at 3-1. One of the other feature races today was the AV CUNY Stakes. Another very good finish. Seeker Fortune looked home and hosed with 200 metres to run.
Seeker Fortune broke clear with 300 to go from Imperial Regina Sudden. Running on Mrs Mannering and then Come Tell, but Seeker Fortune's got a good lead from Imperial Regina. Mrs Mannering and Come Tell running on. Seeker Fortune a half in front. Imperial Regina coming at it. Seeker Fortune, Imperial Regina's done best and won. Come right back to win from Seeker Fortune. Mrs Mannering third.
Yes, she came home strongly. Imperial Regina at 9-1. Mrs Mannering a good run, and Come Till not far away in 4th placing. To the final event, have a look at this, all down the outside.
Advice like Grip, Baptised and Reputed together with about 200 to go from French Cotton and then Federalism. Further back, Stock Avian, Reputed's taken the lead from Baptised and French Cotton. Further back, Pamphile running on well, but Reputed's kicked well clear of French Cotton and Pamphile. And right down the outside, first up, Reputed.
Yes, 13-2, good tip too. French Cotton 11-2 and Pamphile at 14-1. The quaddie 3, 8, 4 and 5, 1,074.10. The daily double on 8 and 5 paid $33.50, and the extra on 7 and 3, $67.
Fours. The first race was the Labor Day steeple and an all-the-way win to Bon Brummel.
200 metre mark, he's gone further ahead. He's 25 lengths in front of, in second placing, Fair Creature. Contract might get up and beat Hit for the Quinella, but Bon Brummel's going to cruise in down to the line. Bon Brummel's won by 25 lengths. Contract's run second, Fair Creature 3/4 third, then Lazy River sixth.
An easy 20-length win there to Bon Brummel, starting at 10-1. In the second on the program, Skydrop was the favourite.
Rail Art Master, and coming at them, Cardinal's Fury. Star Pyramid against the grandstand. Rail Art Master, Cardinal's Fury. Star Pyramid and Cardinal's Fury, they hit it. I think Star Pyramid's beaten Cardinal's Fury. Warlike or Art Master.
Harry White summed up the track early and took Star Pyramid to victory down the grandstand rail. The third was a good finish.
Beach Boy the outside, Affected finishing well. Port Taburn in front, getting up on the inside. Beaumont Bay, Beach Boy collaring them out wide. Beach Boy got to Port Taburn, and Beach Boy's gone on to win by a neck. Port Taburn. Affected's got up for third. Followed in.
The 8-year-old Beach Boy had his 100th start today and celebrated with his 14th win. In the next, the Sires, Military Plume was 6-4.
Raced up to Classic Coup. Symbolico picking it up and Urbane the outside. Military Plume in front at the 100-metre mark. Symbolico starting to get to him with Urbane the outside. Military Plume in front. Symbolico getting to him. Symbolico, I think, has got up the win from Military Plume. Urbane may have run third from...
Symbolico found better going.
Big Pride cutting it down quickly on the outside. Ben Binker coming again. Ben Binker and Fearless Pride hit it. Silver Bounty getting to Penny Edition with Maya Vita grabbing a lot of them. Maya Vita's going to beat them all on the outside. Here's the turn up. Maya Vita. The top weight shot away two in front into the straight from Mr. Ryan Platt and another favourite home. Penny Edition kept going, strolls home the Alistair Farm. Wins by more than 2 lengths to Mr. Ironclad, and it's the Roses for King Phoenix, drawing right away in the run home. King Phoenix scores by 2 lengths to Penny Edition. Bung Mistress again.
Caught them pretty well. Fearless Pride began well, but the boy immediately checked it. Avatar, one of the early leaders, with Soldier of Fortune, Yurtiz, Penny Edition, Dino Lad out wide. Then Ben Binga, Fearless Pride back to second last, and Sweet Jamaica last. At the 1300 near the first turn, and Dino Lad wide and Soldier of Fortune the rails about a length in front of Yurtiz, caught 3 deep. Penny Edition pushing up on the inside as they go around that corner, and Avatar's the one in the centre. Trelaw caught 3 deep again, as he was on the other Smith horse, Pizza, earlier. 2 to Ben Binga, 3 to Fearless Pride, and 6 to Sweet Jamaica. The pace slows to a canter at the 1,000. Soldier of Fortune in front, and Trelaw's off on Yurtiz now. Sprints up to Soldier of Fortune. They clapped on the speed to lead by 2 lengths now to Penny Edition and Avatar. Dino Lad eased, dropping back now 2 lengths away. Ben Binga centre light on the outside. 2 to Fearless Pride and 4 to Sweet Jamaica. Up by the 600 metres, and it's Soldier of Fortune and Nectar Yurtiz. 1.5 now to Avatar. Penny Edition in a pocket on the fences. Ben Binga sweeps up to join these leaders quickly now and dash to the lead. And then Fearless Pride and Penny Edition got left behind. Ben Binga took the lead at the 400, a length to Avatar, and Nectar Yurtiz hard ridden on the fence. Then Fearless Pride. Soldier of Fortune will run nearly last. Penny Edition making a little ground. Ben Binga joined by Avatar as they turn for home, and Avatar's going better. 2 lengths to Yurtiz, Fearless Pride and Penny Edition. It's Avatar streaking away from Ben Binga into the straight, followed by Fearless Pride, Yurtiz and Penny Edition. Avatar's getting very tired. Fearless Pride's cutting it down quickly on the outside. Ben Binga coming again. Ben Binga and Fearless Pride hit it. Fearless Pride 1.5 head to Ben Binga. Third Avatar from Penny Edition. Sweet Jamaica ran on.
Well, that was the year 1982. The winner was Fearless Pride. Ben Binga second and Avatar third. You might have noticed Penny Edition running in that race. Penny Edition finished unplaced in 1983. Penny Edition was again a runner in the Alistair Clark Stakes.
And caught them well. Torbeck was the first to get going. Penny Edition away well. Silver Bounty's last and getting closer. Hall on the outside. He's trying to make up his mind what to do, but they're going to let Torbeck lead. Penny Edition joined it now in a length and a half triumphal march and getting closer. 1 to Maya Vita and Astralin, and 3 wide is Silver Bounty at the rear. Going round the turn at the 1200, Torbeck out 2 lengths now. Galloping freely from Penny Edition. 1 to triumphal march, a half getting closer. A length away Astralin. 3 wide Silver Bounty, and he's off on it. And Maya Vita at the rear.
As they went towards the 1,000, Torbeck led about 3 lengths, Penny Edition. Silver Bounty out 3 wide on the outside. By gee, it'll want to be lucky. On the inside, Triumphal March, a length then too, getting closer, and then a length and a half, Astralin and Maya Vida. Torbeck travelling well within itself at the 800, a length and a half, Penny Edition, 1 to Triumphal March. 3 parts to getting closer. Silver Bounty, well, it's been in no man's land from start to finish in the race. And they were followed by Astralin and Maya Vida. Coming up by the 500, Torbeck and neck, Penny Edition, a half length getting closer, and Silver Bounty on the outside, 4 deep. 1 Triumphal March, and a length away is Maya Vida and Astralin. Penny Edition took the lead from Torbeck at the 300, a half length getting closer, and Silver Bounty has covered a ton of ground, a length and a half, Astralin, Maya Vida, Triumphal March. On the corner, Penny Edition led a length to getting closer, and Silver Bounty together, battling on the outside from Torbeck. Getting Penny Edition shot clear in the straight, a length and a half. Silver Bounty out after it from getting closer, then Maya Vida. Silver Bounty's getting to Penny Edition with Maya Vida grabbing the lot of them. Maya Vida's going to beat them all on the outside. Here's a turn up. Maya Vida wins a half length to Silver Bounty. A great run hit ahead to Penny Edition. A length away, Torbeck.
Well, that was 1983. The reason Bill Collins said that was a turn-up was because we doubted whether Maya Vida would run out 1,600 metres. Not only did she do it successfully, but she came from last to win running away. Penny Edition finished third.
Boxed, ready to run in the Pago Stakes. Track cleared, racing this time, and Fort Denison got the best of the start, landed about 3/4 of a length on Imperial Baron. Third is Billy Asset, followed by Cum Laude. Big Blockade out very wide, a length the Michigan and Oriane, then Something Musical, Sound Horizon, Golden Walk, followed on the outside by Prince Arthur, and Chartbreaker is last. Past the 800 they go, and Fort Denison 3/4 Cum Laude. Imperial Baron a handy third, a length the Big Blockade, then Billy Asset, followed by Oriane on the inside of Michigan. After 3 to Something Musical, Sound Horizon, Prince Arthur, and then comes Golden Walk, and Chartbreaker trails onto the home corner at the 450, and Fort Denison by 3/4 of a length on Cum Laude. Imperial Baron snookered third, but there's almost a run. There is now as Cum Laude's lugged off the track, and Imperial Baron quickly setting out after Fort Denison, 300 to go, and Imperial Baron joins Fort Denison. Cum Laude battling on after, running off, and 2 to Big Blockade and Billy Asset. But Imperial Baron kicked away. He's home, the Baron. It's Imperial Baron streaking clear of Fort Denison and Cum Laude, and Imperial Baron wins it very easily, about 4 lengths on the line to Fort Denison. Third position to Cum Laude, then Billy Asset, Sound Horizon, Oriane, Big Blockade, Prince Arthur, then Golden Walk, further back Chartbreaker, Michigan, and back at the tail was Something Musical.
Very easy win.
Well, a very comfortable win to Imperial Baron. Had the run of the race, sat behind Fort Denison and Cum Laude, which was always hanging a little bit, so there was always room there. The Imperial Baron, trained by Brian Mayfield Smith, ridden by Jimmy Cassidy, scored a brilliant win in the first race in the program. To pay 75 and 55 for...
And 550 and 160, number 15, Remember Durham. Moving in well. First division of the Rain Jewel handicap for 2-year-olds over the 1,050 metres. Ready to go. And they're racing. On the inside, Hadenko Miss slow to begin, so was Prince Lager and Bodicea Boy. Away very quickly towards the outside, Residential Status, going through the pack bar Bunty. On the inside with them is Gearlet, or rather on the outside, Gearlet. Getting through along the inside, Crinoletta's showing good speed, Dancing Rouge and Crowned. Just in behind them now, settling back mid-section was Hadenko Miss, who's getting through on the inside of Residential Status, and then came before the turn Curves. They were followed then by Mr. Dance Man, and right around the extreme outside, Romantic Storm. Further back, Remember Durham, but it's 6 deep. Prince Lager keeping it out there. Bodicea Boy. Well back in the field, back second last is Magical Habit. In fact, it's being pulled up out of the race, Magical Habit, as they swing into the straight, and there's another one back there with it too, Military Style. Down the straight, and the favourite Gearlet went to the lead. In second placing, Bar Bunty. Hadenko Miss running a nice race, and Curves out wide, sticking on well, but Gearlet is doing it well with 150 to go. In no danger of defeat, trying hard in second placing is Curves, and then from a long way back behind them out very wide, Romantic Storm, but Gearlet goes on to win it well, Curves. Hadenko Miss was third, Romantic Storm out wide, and on the inside Bar Bunty for fourth and fifth, followed by Residential Status. Then Mr. Dance Man, followed by Dancing Rouge, who didn't go on. Bodicea Boy made a bit of ground, further back to Crinolette knocking up, and they were followed then by Prince Lager, well back to Crowned and Remember Durham, and one has been pulled up out of the race.
And the winner there in very easy style was Gillette, trained by John Hawkes at Morfordville, raced by Merv Brown, and it was a warm favourite. 95 the win, 65 a place. Number 6 Curve second, $1.
In just a few moments, all boxed away now, ready to run. Racing and talking about QE Kong, the favourite got the best of the start away pretty well, most impressive with Eye of the Sky. See Pictures pratted out very deep. Yoyan Gamble and the Challenger mastering speed. Then comes Indentation, Swift Cheval. A length further back is Farristan, King Randell, and then Mount Tambu, followed by Saloon Passage, So Vague, and Multi and Jogger, the last two, going along to the 1100. And Indentation goes to the lead, a half length on most impressive. A length third is Yoyan Gamble, Eye of the Sky wide. QE Kong's pratted deep. The Challenge on the fence, a length further back Farristan, followed closely then by King Randell. Behind those on the rails is Swift Cheval as they make the run down the side of the track, and starting to make a little ground was See Pictures, but pratted very deep over Saloon Passage, and then So Vague, Mount Tambu Jogger, and Absolute is Multi. Coming to the 600 metres, Indentation, a neck clear on most impressive. Third is Eye of the Sky, QE Kong covering ground. The Challenge, the rails, Yoyan Gamble yielding ground. Followed at the head of the others by Farristan and So Vague very wide in company with See Pictures as they straighten up. Indentation just in front of most impressive. Eye of the Sky battling on, followed by Swift Cheval, badly in need of a run. Now QE Kong at the moment looks as though it's well and truly beaten. Yes, it is. Now coming to the 200, Swift Cheval gets out, goes to the lead. Eye of the Sky second, then See Pictures, forget QE Kong, but it's all Swift Cheval, and Swift Cheval goes home too powerfully and has won well from Eye of the Sky. See Pictures has run third, and fourth was most impressive. Then Farristan, QE Kong, followed by So Vague and Jogger. Behind those the Challenge, Indentation. Then came Yoyan Gamble.
Talakino's feeling the whip. Valdancer on the outside. Homeward bound in the Arcadia, and at Strawberry Road going for the wire strongly. His stablemate Hail Bowl King chasing him home in second, but Strawberry Road has too much class for this field. Strawberry Road winning it easily. Strawberry Road winning it by 2.5 under a hand ride by Gary Stevens. Hail Bowl King gives Charlie Whittingham a 1-2 in the Arcadia. The long shot Schiller finishing.
Here was Mr. Moe, and your commentator is the accurate one, Bill Collins.
And they're racing. Mr. Moe's dwelt, missed it by a good 2 lengths and taking a long while to get going. The others have settled down and almost aligned, with Duke of Tricks being in front narrowly from Lord of Peace when they settled down, and Crescent going through on the rails. They were followed by Gunshade, and going around them 4 deep is Mr. Moe from Night Law, and Double Triumph has dropped out to last on the fence. Not a lot of pace on going to the 800 corner. Duke of Tricks about 3 parts to Lord of Peace. Crescent getting a beautiful trail up on the fence. Mr. Moe's gone up to be about third, but very wide on the track from Night Law, and then Gunshade and Double Triumph about 4 lengths covering the field. Mr. Moe got to the lead at the 600 now, a half-length Duke of Tricks, a length to Crescent trying to get off the fence now, having difficulty in doing so. Round the outside of them Lord of Peace, and they're followed now by Double Triumph, and they've got right away from Night Law and Gunshade. Mr. Moe in front on the turn, 400 out, 3 parts to Lord of Peace, who's coming at him very strongly now. They're followed then by Duke of Tricks, and behind them Crescent, and on the outside Double Triumph. Into the straight, Mr. Moe a half length in front. He's holding Lord of Peace at the moment. Crescent now getting out when it might be all over. Mr. Moe in front. Challenger's coming, but he'll hang on and win a good performance, Mr. Moe. 3 parts of a length. Duke of Tricks came again to get second in front of Lord of Peace, and then Crescent, Double Triumph, followed by Gunshade and Night Law as last.
And that was the running of the first event yesterday at Moonee Valley, with Mr. Moe, the 11-to-8 favourite, being successful. Second was Duke of Tricks at 140-1, and third was Lord of Peace at 7-2. And just a quick check of the tote dividends on the first race yesterday at Moonee Valley. The winner paid 95 cents and 65 cents. Second placing paid $6.55, and there was no third tote dividend. The Quinella there was $28.90, and the trifecta $169.15 on the first event yesterday at Moonee Valley. Well, a good start for the punters. Let's see how they fared in the second event, the high ace handicap, where the favourite was Wicked Smile at even money.
They're racing. Jumped reasonably well too. Favoured Tina Fraction slow to get going, and one of the first out, Cardiff Princess, bounced out in front of Wicked Smile. Away well was Richport, and also behind them is Happy Fighter. They were followed then by one going through on the inside in the early stages of the race there would be Richport and Cammy. As they go to the first corner at the 800 now, Cardiff Princess a half length to Wicked Smile. Stress going round the outside with Richport. They were followed a little behind them by Favoured Tina, who's now got up on the rails, from Cammy, who's also handy. Pseudonym Miss and Fordham are back at the rear of the field as they come up the side. Happy Fighter in front of them. Wicked Smile now is drawn level with Cardiff Princess at the 600. A half to Richport going up the challenge. Stress hard ridden. They're followed by Favoured Tina looking for a run, and now Cammy letting go round the outside. Pseudonym Miss cantering but still last and nowhere to go. 400 out on the turn. Wicked Smile is sitting quietly on it as Richport moved up the join of Cardiff Princess drops off. Then came Cammy and trying to get out Pseudonym Miss. Wicked Smile's not finding a lot. Richport's headed it off as they turn for home. He went for the whip on Wicked Smile. It's coming again at Richport. Drew level. It put his head in front of the favourite. It was loafing. And Wicked Smile comes away to win by a bit more than the length of Richport. Pseudonym Miss might have got up the run third in front of Favoured Tina, and then Fordham, Cammy, Cardiff Princess, Stress, and Happy Fighter was last home.
Courageous performance by the little filly. Wicked Smile, even money in favourite Richport at 6s. Pseudonym Miss at 8-1. In the third, the Tarago Handicap 1600 the journey, and this was for the lady riders, and Jenny Chapman was aboard the favourite Lighthouse Watson at 5-2.
Racing. El Quillo a fraction slow. The others have begun in a beautiful line with Sir Great the inside from Red Henry and Steeler Star, the early leaders. Goad going up on the outside. Buffalo Chief holding an inside position, followed then wider out round the field goes Coals of Fire. El Quillo driving through in the centre. Lighthouse Watson is last round the first corner with Gulliver's Lane, and also Buffalo Chief and Island Bow just in front of it. As they went past the 1200 now, Sir Great and Steeler Star together, about a length. Goad moving up on the outside, a length to Red Henry, and a half further back now is getting up right along the inside towards the leaders, Buffalo Chief, who got a lovely rails run. They're followed by Pier On and Island Bow round the outside from El Quillo and Coals of Fire. Let's see, Nondescript was up there too, and they were followed further back in the field then by one pushed back along the inside rail towards the rear at this stage, Gulliver's Lane. They're packing right up. Lighthouse Watson's about third last, but about to let go and moving up quickly with 600 to go. And a good battle saw Red Henry take a narrow lead. So Great still there on the inside from Goad, Island Bow, Buffalo Chief. Lighthouse Watson has got up handy in that bunch too, with Nondescript out wider on the track. On the corner, and Red Henry's broken clear at the 350. 2 lengths to Lighthouse Watson out after him from Sir Great. Then Nondescript. The others can't win. It's into the straight. Red Henry in front, and the danger's going to be Lighthouse Watson, but Red Henry's going well with 150 metres to go. And as they come down the straight, Red Henry tackled by Lighthouse Watson, who might be going better. Lighthouse Watson drew to the lead, and it's Jenny Chapman on Lighthouse Watson, beating Red Henry. Buffalo Chief, Nondescript fourth. They were followed further back by Gulliver's Lane. Long gap to Sir Great, Coals of Fire, Goad. El Quillo further back with Island Bow. Appear on one of the last, and Steeler Star has run last.
And congratulations to Jenny Chapman. I'm sure she'll be watching that replay with great delight this morning. Lighthouse Watson 5-2 and favourite Red Henry at 10-1. Buffalo Chief at 20-1. And congratulations to all the girls. They've had their knockers over the time, but they did a good job yesterday. In the fourth, Hypertension, the favourite at 7-2.
They're racing this time. Royal Ride a little bit slow to get going, and one of the first to get out was Red Speckle from Daytime on the fence, and Stoush away nicely third from Hypertension, then Lord of the Vale. Next, Silent Ghost, and they're going like the wind, followed by Sailed. A couple of lengths further back, Arctic Blur and Mighty Scandal, Ruling Boy deep. Then Coliban Boy is back there about second last, and tailed off in last place Royal Riot. Up by the 700, Daytime, a neck to Hypertension, a length and a half, Red Speckle in third placing. They were followed then by Lord of the Vale being sent forward, and they're well clear, about 3 lengths to Stoush, losing ground from Silent Ghost. Further back is Saved, Mighty Scandal, a long gap to Arctic Blur and Coliban Boy. Up by the 500 and Daytime, a half length, Hypertension. 3 wide on the track and hard-ridden Lord of the Vale. Red Speckle's going well if he can get a run, and 3 lengths to Stoush, followed by Silent Ghost, Mighty Scandal. On the corner, about to straighten, Daytime, a half length, Hypertension. Now Red Speckle pull to the outside. Daytime in front into the straight from Hypertension. Red Speckle a length and a half away is coming at them now, but Hypertension's taken the lead. Hypertension in front, 100 to go from Daytime and Red Speckle, and Hypertension's too good.
Wins it about a length from, in second place would be Daytime. Now, Red Speckle, he's pulled this up on the line. He's nearly lost third place into Silent Ghost. There's not much in it. They were followed by Save further back in the field with the Coliban Boy and Stoush Mighty Scandal, and they were followed further back in the field then. Let's see, it's at the head of the others, Lord of the Vale, Ruling Boy, Royal Ride and Arctic Blurs run last.
Well, 4 out of 4 for favourite backers. Hypertension, he's got the makings of a pretty smart horse, that fellow. 7-2 in favourite. Daytime at 9-2. And Silent Ghost getting up to run third in the last hop at 50-1. The big one of the day was the Alistair Clark Stakes over 1,600 metres, and after a great performance in the Futurity at Caulfield at its last appearance, King Phoenix was the favourite at 5-4.
Racing, jumped away in a pretty good even line too. Lockley's Tradition might be just in front of Celso. El Talak and Todd Wilkes began quite well, and behind them Lord of Camelot. Then Knight of Avon, Fine Offer, King Phoenix and Canny Lass last. Heading down to the 1,300, El Talak, the German raced horse in front, led about ahead to Todd Wilkes, 2 lengths to Celso. Lockley's Tradition settles well forth as Todd Wilkes goes to the lead now. Fine Offer is 5th, 1.5 lengths, Knight of Avon, Lord of Camelot, and 2 lengths away King Phoenix pulling on the inside of Canny Lass. Heading to the 1,000, Todd Wilkes a 1/2 length to Celso, 1.5 lengths El Talak and a 1/2 Fine Offer. 1.5 Lockley's Tradition and a 1/2 length away Knight of Avon, 1.5 lengths Lord of Camelot. 1.5 to Canny Lass and a 1.5 lengths to King Phoenix, last about 10 off the lead. Coming round the 800 corner, Todd Wilkes ahead in front of Celso, 1.5 lengths El Talak and Fine Offer. Lockley's Tradition being eased out, 3 off the fence now, 1 length to Knight of Avon on the inside from Canny Lass. Then Lord of Camelot and a 1 length to King Phoenix, 6 off the lead. 500 out, Celso and Todd Wilkes together. Here comes Lockley's Tradition. He's letting go at the 400 now. Then Fine Offer, El Talak, Canny Lass, Knight of Avon and King Phoenix giving them 4 lengths and under the whip. Lockley's Tradition sprinted to the lead on the corner. Shot a 1.5 lengths clear into the straight. It's a big break from Celso, Todd Wilkes. Canny Lass is struggling and King Phoenix winding up, but Lockley's Tradition straight and 3 in front. King Phoenix out wide is running on pretty well, and then Canny Lass, but Lockley's Tradition's going to mould in. Lockley's Tradition wins the Newmarket and the Alistair Clark. This one by 4 lengths to King Phoenix, or El Talak or Knight of Avon third. Then came Canny Lass, a bit disappointing from Celso, Lord of Camelot, Fine Offer and Todd Wilkes has run last.
Yes, a new course record, 1:35 for the 1,600 metre journey, and Lockley's Tradition in great form at the moment, 7-2 as Bill Collins mentioned, taking out the big double. King Phoenix, a great run to come from last in that time, 5-4 in favourite, and Knight of Avon, he's a pretty smart galloper at 14-1. The Toyota Handicap was the 6th event, and it was over the marathon journey of 3,000 metres, and punters had a fair bit of trouble trying to sort out a favourite, and they eventually settled on $2,000 at 4-1.
Racing. Propeller eased out to the rear with Arietta's Gold. Kintha Bell, they've clapped on a bit of speed again. 2 to Beatrice Lavette, 1.5 lengths Arietta's Gold, who's travelled well. They're followed by Mystic Man and Santa Call, dropping out of it from $2,000, pull to the outside, and 2 to Capella and Gallywood. Educate headed by D'Angelo at the 600, and the hurdler took the lead, drew a length in front. Hotspur Lass moved up second. Educate struggling from Beatrice Lavette, and then Arietta's Gold, and a gap further back then $2,000. D'Angelo led at the 400 with Hotspur Girl getting to it on the outside. Then came Beatrice Lavette, and here's Arietta's Gold, pull to the outside and a gap to Educate and $2,000. But old D'Angelo, the old hurdler, he's the one to beat. Straightened up a length in front as he kicked away from Hotspur Lass. Got 2 in front now. Then Beatrice Lavette and Arietta's Gold running on, but with 100 to go. D'Angelo is clear. He's going to win all right. And the hurdler, D'Angelo, goes on to win by 2.5 lengths from Hotspur Lass. Beatrice Lavette third. Arietta's Gold weakened on its run fourth. Then $2,000, Kintha Bell, Capella. Next is Educate, followed by Mystic Man, Gallywood, and last home on the field, Santa Call.
Well, 12-1 with the bookmakers, but paying less than 8-1 on the tape, D'Angelo. And he stayed better than anything else in the race to beat Hotspur Lass at 6s, Beatrice Lavette at 5s, and $2,000 the favourite unplaced at 4s. In the Diamond Jubilee Stakes, race 7, the second leg of the double and last leg of the quaddie, the 11-4 favourite was Flying Shoes.
Racing. Caught them in a pretty fair line. Cara Miller and Emma Green away well with Imperial Regina. Then Glissade, followed by Skyhook. Wider out is Amalind, Lady Marielle, followed by Light Up, Bay of Sterling, Flying Shoes, Fiery Winella, and Deedler's last. Going to the first corner past the 1300. Emma Green, the rails, about a neck to Imperial Regina, a length and a half. Amelin from Glissade fourth on the fence. A length further back, Skyhook on the outside here of Caramilla. Wonder Flying Shoes making ground, but 3 deep. Then Lady Marielle in the centre. The rails light up, a length and a half. Deedle, Bay of Sterling and Fiery Wanella. At the 1000, Imperial Regina about a neck in front of Emma Green. 2 lengths to Amelind and 1 further back, Glissade from Skyhook, and on the rails, Caramilla. 1.5 Flying Shoes, a length Lady Marielle, light up. Deedle to the outside from Fiery Wanella and Bay of Sterling at the rear. Imperial Regina under restraint at the 800 corner, only a half length to Emma Green. Glissade's moved up 3 deep. Then Amelind, who's caught in a pocket at the moment. Fiery Wanella and Deedle making runs around the field, and Lady Marielle behind them. Flying Shoes goes quickly, but with 600 to go, Imperial Regina a half length to Amelind, who got a split. Flying Shoes over on the outside, and then Emma Green, the rails, and Deedle around them from Lady Marielle. Glissade's gone. Caramilla looking for a run from Skyhook. Flying Shoes went to the lead. Imperial Regina's gone. Amelind's battling on, and here's Deedle coming down the outside. It's Amelind and Flying Shoes in front, with Deedle tackling it as they settle for the run home. Then Lady Marielle. Deedle's finishing stronger, raced up the Flying Shoes and Amelind and sprinted to the lead, and then Lady Marielle. And Deedle's going on to score by about a length to Flying Shoes. Amelind third, just in front of Lady Marielle. Next, Emma Green, then Light Up, followed by Caramilla, Glissade, Bay of Sterling. Imperial Regina dropped right out of it. They were followed by Skyhook, and Fiery Wanella was last to finish.
Good performance by Deedle after being last early, 13-4. Flying Shoes, the 11-4 favourite runner-up, and Amelin third at 16-1. Last race on the program, the Corolla Handicap 1200, the Journey, and the favourite Rocky Mac at 7-4.
Set to go. Racing at the first attempt. Rocky Mac a fraction slow to begin. Colours first out, with Seeger and Truman heading them off now.
Out on a very successful note, he was riding Valley of Carome in the Railway Stakes.
They're all in now, riders.
Set. Gate Spring, they're racing in this year's Railway, and a great start. Jungle Mist began well from Valley of Caroma. Colpack booting around the outside, followed by Jamoin getting up on the rail. They're followed by Ulyat and Like a Soldier. Around them, 4 deep, Rare Flyer. A length and a quarter back to Kiwi Slave with Lord Ballina. Concrete's next, followed by Prince of Paupers. They're followed by White Tiger up on the outside of Mighty Supremo. Hallpack's Image second last, and last Kalingri City. Down the back and inside the 1200, it's Valley of Carome, the leader. It leads 3/4 from Jungle Mist. Running third, Colpack. On the fence in the box seat is Keepers. They're followed by Ulyat, 3 deep to Rare Flyer. Jamoin down on the inside of Concrete, weaving his way through the field. They're followed by Like a Soldier midfield. Back on the fence to Prince of Paupers, booting up hard. They're followed by Lord Ballina, Kiwi Slave around the outside. For the back to Hallpack's Image, Mighty Supremo. White Tigers second last, and Kalingri City whips them in. Up to the 600 and the Swanbury Railway Stakes. It's Valley of Carome in front, leading a length from Jungle Mist. Running third, Ulyat. They're followed back on the fence to Keepers. Colpack on the outside, 1 1/4 to Rare Flyer. Concrete looking for a run. Then came Kiwi Slave, Prince of Paupers and Jamoin. Around the bend for home. Valley of Carome the first for home. Jungle Mist off the fence. Miller's popped at the question. Down the outside, Keepers. Concrete going for a run on the inside. Valley of Carome won't give in. Concrete getting up on the rail. Down the outside, Keepers. Valley of Carome, Concrete and Keepers. Valley of Carome in front. Keepers dive. Tight. Keepers or Valley of Carome. Up close, Concrete, Jungle Mist and Prince of Paupers. Kiwi Slave, Hallpack's Image, Mighty Supremo. Jamoin, Kalingri City. They're followed further back to Rare Flyer and Ulyat. Like a Soldier, further back to Colpack, Lord Ballina and White Tiger last home.
And Valley of Carome winning the Railway Stakes, and I'm sure there was a very big smile on Brendan Clement's face after the result of that very close photo. Started at 12-1, defeated Keepers at 33s, and the 2-1 favourite, Concrete, in the Railway Stakes from Ascot in Perth. We'll take a break and...
And Todson Boy. They come down towards the winning post, a little over a circuit to go, and Antiqui Toss dictates the terms. Norm's Delight running second. They're followed by Surprise Moss, and on the outside, Prince Nage. Importune and Bold Endeavour, both beautifully posied. Ulyat's back behind them on the rail. On the outside of it, Amber's Double. They're They have followed 1.5 back to Little Imogil. Rant and Rave on the outside. 1.25 to Diamond Chimes with Gypsy Blood on the rail. They have followed 1.5 to Tactics. 2-1 to Strike Rate. Todd Sun Boy next, and back at the tail there is Spanish Minstrel. Inside the 1600, they're climbing that hill where Antiquitas is the leader. It leads 1.5 from Prince Nige, moving up into second place. On the fence, running third, Surprise Moss. It's had a great run. They are followed by Norm's Delight. 1.5 back to Bold Endeavour. Cook hasn't left the fence. They are followed by Importune. Around them goes Amber's Double and also Strike Rate. The action about to start. Uliat's next, followed by Little Imogil. Rant and Rave Tactics. Diamond Chimes, Gypsy Blood. About 2 to Spanish Minstrel and Todd Sun Boy. Down the back they go and up to the 1,000. It's Antiquitas from Prince Nage. Norm's Delight third. Surprise Moss next, followed by Bold Endeavour getting a great split. They are followed by Amber's Double and Strike Rate. Importune right up on top of them. They are followed by Little Imogil, Rant and Rave. Around the outside, Diamond Chimes with Uliat making ground. They are followed by Tactics, Gypsy Blood, Spanish Minstrel and Todd Sun Boy. They start to make that sweeping bend up to the 600. Antiquitas from Norm's Delight. By G, they're packed up behind them. There goes Amber's Double around them. Surprise Moss. Uliat off around them, 3 wide. Importune coming into the picture. Rant and Rave followed by Diamond Chimes. But as they come to the bend, Johnny Miller has sped around the outside to take the lead on Uliat. Importune running second. They are followed 2 to Norm's Delight. Diamond Chimes down the outside with Rant and Rave. It's Uliat. 1.5 from Importune under the whip. About 3 back to Rant and Rave with Diamond Chimes. Uliat in front. Importune tried to run it down, but here's Johnny Miller at his best. A great rider over a distance, and Uliat has won the Perth Cup. 2 back to Importune. 4 to Rant and Rave. Gypsy Blood next in. Diamond Chimes, Little Imogil. Bold Endeavour, Todd Sun Boy Tactics. Norm's Delight, Surprise Moss, Strike Rate. Spanish Minstrel, Antiquitas, Prince Nage, and Amber's Double is disappointed and has finished up near the rear.
Quite a thriller, and Terry Clifton will have the official results in our racing segment later in this bulletin.
Classy 3-year-old True Version was returning to the racetrack and was 4-1 equal favourite with Karabahar.
Version, the 3-year-old, going out after the leaders. Down the grandstand rail, Poe Toy and Lakeworth fighting it out. Bullion Broker about 4 lengths off the lead. True Version over on the flat side, swept to the front. It's True Version getting to the front now from West Mayo, Miner's Man. Then further back, Star Pyramid from Burano, Playful Princess. But the 3-year-old race clear at the 100-metre mark. True Version sprinted away from Burano and Playful Princess, and it's True Version for the money. True Version by 1.5 lengths. It's very tight. Burano or Playful Princess for second. They're followed further back by Miner's Man.
Looks to be back better than ever, True Version. 4-1 equal favourite from Burano 12s, Playful Princess third at 10s, and Karabahar was pretty disappointing. In the third leg of the quadrella, another good result for bookmakers.
Time Parade of Stars, Lady Patch and Blackula pull to the outside at the 300-metre mark. Stratosphere in front now. On the outside, Miss Hotwater. Kaya Miss barging through, and Lockabalas got up on the rail from in the springtime. Stratosphere the leader with 250 metres to go from Lockabalas, and on the outside, Kaya Miss coming after Stratosphere. Stratosphere the leader. Kaya Miss, Miss Hotwater are starting to wear it down. Stratosphere, Kaya Miss and Miss Hotwater. Kaya Miss in the centre kicking, and Kaya Miss has got up to win. Kaya Miss on the line has won at a long head to either Miss Hotwater or Stratosphere.
14-1 Kaya Mist, 14's Miss Hotwater and 25 Stratosphere. Lockabalas, the unplaced favourite at 5-2. In the final leg of the quadrella race 7, Noble Comment was favourite at 3-1.
They're followed by Rich Brother and then Stop Snoozing and Be and Jolly from a long way back, and Drury Sun is struggling. Noble Comment coming down to the 300-metre mark, a couple of lengths in front. Be and Jolly now got to second, and they're followed by 2 grand. It's Noble Comment the leader, but the lightweight Be and Jolly moved up on the outside to grab it. Be and Jolly's taken the lead from Noble Comment and 2 grand. Then Drury Sun, but Be and Jolly is starting to sprint away, and Be and Jolly's much too good, wins by 2.5 lengths to Noble Comment. Third home, 2 grand.
Another favourite beaten, Be and Jolly the winner at 15-1 from Noble Comment, the 3-1 favourite, and 2 grand was third at 20s. The favourite finally got up in the final event, Diagraphair, 3-1 favourite, defeating Lighthouse Watson at 5s, and Rare Decision was third at 4-1. The doubles today, the extra in Melbourne.
A success to the Filbert stablemate rather, Kerry Lane, the first mare to win the race since 1981.
The curve there, there, followed by Secure Deposit. Kerry Lane, they spread across the track with Kotari Chief, Mr. Stricken out wide to final advance. At the 200, they've still got to get the Rosen Thistle. Kerry Lane out wider then to final advance. Viva Boy, Portugal and Dallarina's running on. 150 left to go. Kerry Lane has hit the front of the cup from final advance. Kerry Lane is racing away the cup. Gonette's Girl is going to get up for second. Third of photo, final advance, all Portugal. They were followed then by
$18.90, as I said, a stablemate of the Filbert. Grey mares are certainly handy in New Zealand. Remember Coro Corrie May. And Dwanette's Girl ran second. She was a bit disappointing in Australia this year, missing out in the Moonee Valley Cup and also in the Foster's Melbourne Cup. The other big two-miler around Australasia today was the Perth Cup. It was run just moments ago, and a success for John Miller. He's over 50 years of age on Yuliat, paying $3.25 and $1.15. Lester Pickett, in one of his last rides ever on Impotune, $1.20, and the champion 3-year-old Rant and Rave third, $1.20. 16, 2 and 6 on this year's Perth Cup. So that's it.
Fought out today's $250,000 Perth Cup. The race developed into a sprint home, and Miller capitalised by taking the lightly weighted Aliet to the lead before the turn. But Pickett, riding in his last Group 1 race, challenged on Impotune.
Around the turn, Aliet from Importune. Down the outside, Diamond Chimes, followed by the 3-year-old Rant and Rave, and then Norm's Delight and Gypsy Blood. At the 200, Miller has Aliet in front. Importune is trying to reach him. They're clear from Rant and Rave and Diamond Chimes and Gypsy Blood, but Aliet is racing away from Importune. Aliet has won the cup for Johnny Miller. Aliet first, Importune second. Great ride by the champion jockeys. Rant and Rave third, then Gypsy Blood, Bold Endeavour, Todd Sunboy, Little Imogil, Tactics, Diamond Chimes, Norm's Delight.
John Miller kept the cup in the family. Aliet is trained by his wife, and two great rides by two champion jockeys. Aliet just outstaying Impotune, and the 3-year-old Rant and Rave was third in today's Perth Cup, and the daily double there, 4 and 16, returned $14.30. The sensational return to the racetrack by top colt True Version highlighted the New Year program at Flemington today. Having his first start since the winter, the 3-year-old had a kilo overweight for age, but still beat the open class horses easily. And out of the replays, the first was the New Year hurdle.
Coming to the last one now, Simides draws to it, hopped over it narrowly in front of Cloud and D'Angelo the outside. It's Simides about a half in front, D'Angelo coming at him again and Cloud in the middle, Simides a neck in front, D'Angelo goes home better. D'Angelo's taken the lead and D'Angelo's got up to win a half Simides, 3/4 Cloud third.
Good finish to the first, D'Angelo's recent good flat form continuing over the jumps. The favourite race home in the second.
It's a race home and a rally joined by All Smoke, who's hanging badly but has got his head in front. Racing away now. All Smoke has put a big space on Rally, and they're followed by Race Home in second placing, but All Smoke's going to bolt in. All Smoke's won it by about 3 or 4 lengths to Race Home. Rally's run third.
All Smoke was far too good for them, giving Dean Esmond his first Melbourne Metropolitan winner. The favourite in the third was Out of the Night.
On the crest, starting to rattle home on the outside with Bells Are Calling. Out of the Night getting to bow time with 100 metres to go. Bells Are Calling coming at them now. Bells Are Calling has raced up 3 deep to go to the lead from Out of the Night and bow time, and Bells Are Calling has gone on to win. Bells Are Calling has won at 3/4 of a length. Out of the Night, bow time third.
Bells Are Calling improved on his only start to win strongly in the Stradbroke Handicap. In the fourth, Karma Cruise favourite.
Now, and taking over the running, Black Charleston from Mascot. Daytime is closing, a gap to Karma Cruise, but Black Charleston has kicked away now, opened up by 2 lengths to Daytime, Mascot, and they're followed by Karma Cruise, but Black Charleston's going on to score. Black Charleston wins 3 lengths, Karma Cruise, Mascot ran third.
A form reversal from Black Charleston, and punters burnt their fingers on Karma Cruise. Here's True.
The 200 had kicked away. Diagra Fair's got out. Diagra Fair's into the clear, pounced on the leader. Diagra Fair got to Lighthouse Watch and then Sabre Tayeb, but Diagra Fair is going to put light of the Moonee Valley run. Diagra Fair wins. Second, Lighthouse Watch, and third might be Rare Decision from Sabre Tayeb.
That was more like the real Diagra Fair, getting the price at 3-1. Lighthouse Watson 12s, and Rare Decision was 4-1. The quadrella at Flemington paid $5,731 even for 1, 6, 3 and 4. The daily double for 6 and 4, 56.55. The extra, a pair of ones, 37.80. At Randwick, the double 2 and 9, 146.50. Extra 4 and 1, 13.50. In Adelaide, the double 3 and 2 paid $7.50. Extra, a pair of twos, 10.15. The Sale Quadrella paid $573.15, 6 double 1 2. The daily double there, $29.60.
Took the Chisholm Handicap on Boxing Day, but Chief Steward John Schreck called it careless riding. He said Johnston should have stayed boxed in, something the jockey was heavily criticised for in this run on Kingston Town during the 1982 Chelmsford Stakes.
There's a difference between edging out and going forward than just simply barging out, and Malcolm was boarded on that particular situation.
Every time I get suspended, I say to myself, I'm not going to do that. That's it, I'm going to quieten right down on the racecourse, but I think it's a problem that I've got. It's just in me to win. I just want to avoid as much trouble as I can next year and just ride for as long as I can.
There are still the fast cars in Johnston's life and the wild devotion to Manly Rugby League team, but the one-time Hellraiser says he's now reformed.
I've settled down a lot, and I'm a very, very quiet person now.
Well, there was harness racing today at Yarra Glen with the daily double on race.
Come home well, 2 lengths further back, Miss Clipper when they come to the home turn, Ming Princess in front, but the little filly Serlin has ranged up on the outside. Willits is riding hard, she's raced to Ming Princess, she's taken the lead. It's Serlin in front, straightening from Ming Princess. She wants to hang out, then further back Skip. Serlin the leader with about 150 to go, Ming Princess fighting back. Serlin, Ming Princess, the inside Serlin. They come to the line, Ming Princess kicks, and she's beaten Serlin a neck off.
And that was the first leg of the double yesterday at Moonee Valley. We'll be taking a look in depth at racing from the Valley a little bit later on. A good track for racing yesterday at Moonee Valley. 8 races on the program, only one outright favourite successful, and several well-backed runners did salute the judge, so it wasn't too bad a day for the punters. In the first event, though, it wasn't a great start for them. The even money favourite was Roman Laurel.
Runciman tried to run off the track and Bataan pulled to the outside. Roman Laurel's gone. Highly Regal took the lead, but Bataan comes at it quickly. They'll fight it out. Inside the 200, Bataan moved up to Highly Regal, took the lead. And first up, Bataan is starting to come away. Thompson keeps it going and Bataan wins by a length and 3/4. Highly Regal and Roman Laurel in a very tight finish for second.
Great to see Brent Thompson back in the winners list, his first winner back since returning here to Victoria. Bataan at 7-2, Highly Regal 13-4, and Roman Laurel was third, the even money favourite. In the second race on the program, the popular pick was Warlock.
400 out now, Blazing Effigy the fence and Fast Look the outside. 2 to Warlike coming home well, then Little Libby Panic Stations to Melsa. Then a gap to Bell Ghost and Will's Gem doing nothing. Fast Look's got its head in front of Blazing Effigy when they turn, but the top weight Warlike comes at the leaders quickly. Little Libby trying to get out, 150 to go. Warlike moved up to Fast Look, took the lead. It's Warlike in front of Fast Look, Little Libby and Temelsa, and Warlike will get up and win by nearly a length. Fast Look. Blazing Effigy hung on to get third.
Quite a soft win to Warlike at 2-1 and favourite. Fast Look second at 8-1, and third placing went to Blazing Effigy starting at 11-4. In the third race on the card yesterday at Moonee Valley, the popular pick here was Richport at 11-4.
Then Fiery Finish and further back, then Little Dorney and a gap to the others struggling at the moment. They are Be Delighted and Mania, but on the turn, and the leader is Pelor Star. Straighten 4 lengths in front and full of running from Richport. And on the outside, Thierry Rose. The others are well beaten, Little Dorney and Be Delighted. But this is a mile in front, Pelor Star at the 150. It's going to win easily. Straight to the front and all the way win. Pelor Star, very impressive by 5 or 6 lengths. Second, Thierry Rose. Thierry Rose has got second, a neck in front of Richport. A good gap then to Be Delighted.
Yes, well, Pelor Star pinged straight out of the gates and ran them off their legs at 14-1. Many more wins in store. Thierry Rose second at 7-2, and third was the favourite Richport at 11-4. Let's just see how impressive the winner was as we speak to winning rider Rodney Griffiths.
Well, Rod, Pelor Star, a long shot, won like an odds-on favourite. A very easy win.
Yes, she won very well.
Just scooted away from the home turn, and we noticed you looking back. You must have had the race well won early in the straight.
Oh, I was wondering if it was a false start or not. They were that far behind me, I always travelled really well, and just before the point of the corner, she found about another 2 lengths.
So despite the long odds, one of the easiest wins of your career?
Yes, that's right, yes.
The sire, Palomar, was a speed runner. Do you know why this 2-year-old didn't win at its first start?
Well, it was a very smart field that day, and I think being her first start, she didn't know much about it, but today she came out and won very easy.
Rodney Griffiths, the winning rider in race number 3 at Moonee Valley, back with the first leg of the quadrella after this break.
Bill, here's the New Year scoop from Retrovision. This Malleys by Simpson automatic washer for only $659.
It's got all the features you need, including 4 wash cycles and push-button temperature gauge. Lou, is this what you've done to Collingwood? Send it to the wash?
Oh, dry up, Bill. Here's its partner, a great Simpson dryer for only $199 and only at Retrovision.
For anything electrical, go to Retrovision
And enjoy the saving power of Australia's biggest electrical group.
Midas the Muffler Specialist currently have a clearance sale on all mufflers for all model cars. Because as you can see, we're up to our ears in mufflers. But hurry, this clearance sale ends February 18th.
When your muffler snuffs it, take it to Midas.
First leg of the quadrilla yesterday at Moonee Valley was the Glenorla Handicap Race 4, and the equal favourites at 9-4 were Ryko and Taking Silk.
Up nearing the turn, high or grab by Taking Silk with Timid Miss making a line of 3. Ryko badly needing a run and Shady Palmer's trying to get out from Crystal Springs. On the bend down, Timid Miss moved up to Taking Silk from Ryko, about to pull to the outside from Shady Palm. Timid Miss took the lead now, beat off Taking Silk. Ryko gets to the outside, but Timid Miss got a break at the 100-metre mark. Got away now from Ryko and Taking Silk, and it's Timid Miss in front, and Timid Miss will get the money by a length and a quarter to Ryko, a neck away third Taking Silk, and then a gap Shady Palm.
Good result for the bookmakers. Timid Miss at 10-1, defeating the equal favourites Ryko and Taking Silk at 9-4, and the winning rider in the 4th event was Neil Perryman.
Well, Neil, congratulations on the win on Timid Miss, who showed a lot of courage.
Yes, she did. She won well today.
It was only your second ride on the filling?
Yeah.
And how did you get the ride? Because she's trained a long way from Melbourne.
Yes, well, Mr. O'Sullivan, Class A just rang me up for a ride, I think, because of the claim, and well, it helps when you got the claim, doesn't it?
Certainly does. And how far away to your birthday? How old are you now, Neil?
18.
18, so you've got 3 years of a claim, and naturally you'll be wanting to ride that out as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah, it'd be good. I think you can ride it out too soon sometimes, but I'm happy just to keep me head in the winner's circle every now and again.
Well, one of the most unenviable problems that a race caller can face is calling a race when you have an interest in a horse, and unfortunately Brian Martin had that problem yesterday at Moonee Valley. He's the part owner of Sir Lin, and she ranged up and looked as though she was about to win on the home turn. Unfortunately for Brian and his co-owners, she was just beaten in a very tight finish.
She's starting to come home well. 2 lengths further back, Miss Clipper when they come to the home turn. Ming Princess in front, but the little filly Sir Lin has ranged up on the outside. Willits is riding hard. She's raced to Ming Princess. She's taken the lead. It's Sir Lin in front, straightening from Ming Princess. She wants to hang out, then further back Skip. Sir Lin the leader with about 150 to go. Ming Princess fighting back. Sir Lin, Ming Princess the inside. Sir Lin, they come to the line. Ming Princess kicks, and she's beaten Sir Lin a neck on the line. Third home, Miss Clipper in the centre there, followed further back.
Ming Princess at 12-1, taking out the money in a tight finish from Sir Lin. Just hanging in the last bit cost her the money at 3-1, and Miss Clipper was third at 2-1. In race 6 on the card, the third leg of the quadrilla, equal favourites here, Wanderer's Dream and Just Another at 7-2.
On the bend, Salsify took the lead. Wanderer's Dream, the challenger from Just Another. They've skipped away from the other struggling further back, Shuri, and then Prince and Nuri. They turn for home. Salsify grabbed by Wanderer's Dream. Just Another struggling, and then further back, Shuri, followed by Silver Lisa. But Aiken went for home on Wanderer's Dream. 150 to go. I think he's going to break through today. He beat off Salsify and Tell William and Shuri in a perfect ride as Aiken. Wanderer's Dream kept going, strides away to get the money. Wins it by 2 lengths, almost a dead heat for second between Tell William and Salsify.
Yes, and a perfect ride by Stanley Aitken on Wanderer's Dream. 7-2, equal favourite. Tell William running home well at 16. Salsify at 5-1, and Just Another the unplayed.
It's Vera's Boy by 2 lengths to Todd Wilkes, a gap. Peter Dale, Coram and Ripper's Dream. Young Tronrod going for the double, and he safely got it on Vera's Boy. It wanted to hang down to the rail, but it's 2 or 3 in front of Todd Wilkes and Peter Dale. And running home well, Coram, but Vera's Boy wins well by 3 lengths. Todd Wilkes second, a length and a half, Coram.
Vera's Boy at 9-4, showing good strength at the end of the race and coming away from Todd Wilkes, the 11-8 favourite. And Coram ran home well for third and looks as though he's got his foot on the till at 11-1. And the winning trainer in the 7th event was Mick Crawford.
Mick, congratulations firstly on Vera's Boy's win. And
Thanks,
I believe it was a real bargain buy.
Yes, $120.
$120?
That's all.
That's about 3 days training, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
How did you buy a city winner for $120, Mick?
Well, I never bought the horse, Keith. The owner, Mr. Hall, he bought him and rang me up when he was a yearling and asked me to take him, and I said okay. But at that stage I didn't know he was $120 horse, so I just knew he was by Rudy Ruler out of Jen's Lass, and I just took him on, and as it turned out, I'm very lucky.
Well, in the last race on the card, punters who saw Call Me the Breeze fly home and run second at Sandown Park recently had no hesitation in making it the favourite at 7-4.
Where Mighty Duke put its head in front of Lord of the Vale on the turn from On Our Selection. Lord Pake struggling from Parslip. Now Call Me the Breeze has got onto the bit and he's about to try and get clear. On Our Selection took the lead, straightening up from Mighty Duke. Call Me the Breeze back to the inside, but On Our Selection kicked clear. Call Me the Breeze is coming after him with a great run, but On Our Selection's got that winning break, and On Our Selection wins the last 2 lengths to Call Me the Breeze. 3 lengths away, third Parslip from Winning Ring and Stock Avian.
Much too strong at the finish. On Our Selection at 8-1. Call Me the Breeze, the favourite, never travelled well inside horses throughout the race and ran home pretty well at 7-4, and Parslip was third at 8-1, and the winning rider in the lucky last event was Mick Barlow.
Well, it's a nice position to be in when the leaders are cutting each other's throat and you're just jogging along sweetly behind them, Michael.
Yeah, well, it makes it easy. He's a pretty smart horse, and once he got out, he shot clear. It would have been hard to run down if anything would have taken him on.
I suppose looking at that wall of about 4 horses in front of you, you were just keeping your fingers crossed waiting for a gap there somewhere.
Well, it looked like they were going to sort of shift out and give me that little bit more room for me. I was pretty lucky.
And in the straight, when the favourite came at you, there was no trouble holding him at bay.
No, he won easy once he got clear.
Michael Barlow, the winning rider in the final event on the card. Let's check now the doubles from around Australia. Yesterday, the extra double at Moonee Valley on the numbers 1 and 4.
Being able to quite get to the line. Well, A Star's Image hasn't quite got to the line 147 times. That's how many starts the now 10-year-old gelding has had for his modest lifetime earnings of $1,327. He's run second 12 times and third 15 times since owner-trainer Alan Simon from Hallbury in South Australia adopted the horse as a foal. So after 147 unsuccessful tries, why does Simon persist with him?
We race him and he does no good, and then we're going to turn him out, and the next minute he does a good run, and we persevere and have another run with him.
Have you got to a stage where you thought, oh, well, we'll retire him now?
Yes, we got that stage, and then he put in a couple of good runs, and we just hoped after that he would win.
A Star's Image is in Victoria to run in the Hambletonian, a novel race to be run at Cranbourne tomorrow for well-known non-winners. Could this be the race that sees him break his maiden status?
I don't know yet. I've had a bit of a study of the field. There's a couple of good ones in there. We've got to worry about them.
Well, when you say good ones, none of them have won a race yet.
No, I know that, but we've tracked up their records a little bit, found out what they could do.
Do you think it might be an anticlimax when he does actually break through?
Yes, I do. I hope it's here tomorrow.
Good luck. Well, the falling attendances at Australian racecourses have been attributed partly to the increase in facilities at TAB agencies, but punters in Melbourne have nothing on their counterparts in the United States. This report comes from NBC.
They're doing business as usual on the track at Laurel. It's a different story inside. Inside is the Sports Palace, a glittery $2 million betting parlor which brings together high-tech and high rollers for the first time anywhere in the racing world. It has 2 15-foot projection TV screens and a dozen smaller sets which show the races themselves and then a rerun, and a lot of other sporting events between the races. It has an electronic sports wire which provides the latest betting line and other information on most other sports. All of this activity is a not-so-subtle acknowledgement of the fact that whatever the legalities, horse races are not the only sporting events on which a betting man can make a wager. But the only betting here is on the ponies. And for the serious bettor, a dozen computers provide detailed information on all the jockeys and all the trainers and on each of the 9 races. The most striking innovation is the video library, where bettors can not only see any race run in Maryland during the past 6 months, they can see it from various angles, including a head-on shot the general public otherwise never sees.
A local sports writer summed up the attitude of many of the bettors who come here by writing that this is a gambler's version of heaven.
Laurie, that's all in sport.
Computers and communication equipment must integrate fully. So all NEC computers, printers, fax machines...
On a day where favourites dominated, Caledonian Boy stamped himself as an outstanding hope in next month's Australian Guineas with a brilliant first-up win, whilst Baptise produced the run of a champion in scoring his first victory. Here's how Caledonian Boy sprinted up in the first leg of the double.
Caledonian Boy trying to get to Manny Wreck on the fence, and Triple Lark and Irish Chance at about 3 lengths to Cardinals Fury. Caledonian Boy's taken the lead though with about 200 to go. He's drawn a length in front of Triple Lark, Manny Wreck and then Cardinals Fury, and Caledonian Boy wins by a length and a half. Second, Triple Lark, a good go for third.
Even money favourite Caledonian Boy, a most impressive horse. Triple Lark, an excellent run at 33s, and Manny Wreck at 7 to 1. To the second leg of the double, an amazing performance by Baptise.
Taj Quillo, B Knighted, Direct Mail getting the run from Street Parade. Clem out wide, Baptise, I don't know, he's starting to wind up but giving them a good start. Taj Quillo led from B Knighted at the 200. Lord Scotia Direct Mail running on Baptise. He's starting to fly with Royal Bistro. B Knighted just in front of Taj Quillo. Baptise trying to get to them. B Knighted, Taj Quillo, Baptise. What a run! What a horse! Missed it 5 lengths.
Yes, an amazing performance by Baptise. He's absolutely outstanding at 7 to 4, Taj Quillo at 13 to 4, and B Knighted at 50 to 1. They ran 1:10.2. And after the race, Darren Gauci explained the problems he and Baptise had on the way to their superb win.
I had a barrier tendon up with me in the barriers, and it was nobody's fault. The horse just threw his head up at the wrong time and missed a kick by 2 lengths, and shortly after that the 2 horses either side of me come together and had to ease off their heels, and it's thrown away another 2 lengths, and so I've really given the field 4 lengths start, and I would have been about 10 lengths off where I was supposed to be, just off the pace.
You rode True Version the other day. Is it hard to compare them?
Well, at this stage it's a bit hard to compare them because True Version has had a lot of racing. He's a great horse, and also, you know, I think this horse got the potential of a great horse also.
Words of Darren Gauci, and there's a chance he might clash with Caledonian Boy and True Version and Shankill Lass in the Australian Guineas on Feb 15. Let's check firstly the quadrilla. Not a big dividend, but not hard to have. One
happened to be at the other end of the court. All you have to do is grab the ball, throw it 81.5 feet, and bingo, 3 points. All I want to know is, if that's so easy, how come I can't sink a 2-foot putt? Meanwhile, Australian Open champion Stefan Edberg.
Brent Thompson. Bookmakers had the better of punters, only one favourite successful. Let's go to the replays.
Hunter's Ace under the whip has almost got the Mill Trooper at the 200. 2 lengths away, Bold Spot finishing fairly. Hunter's Ace in front with 100 to go. Bold Spot starting to pick him up. Hunter's Ace over a length in front near the post. Bold Spot going home the better, won't make it. And Hunter's Ace wins by a head to Bold Spot, and 3 lengths away, third Mill Trooper.
Hunter's Ace was well backed at 3 to 1 to get the prize over Bold Spot and Mill Trooper, the favourite. In the next, Cum Royale favourite.
Royale getting up on the inside, 200 to go now, and Mia Stella the inside and Swift Eniker together, closing Space Watch and Cum Royale on the outside. Space Watch out wide is going home the better now, has taken the lead, and going on to win is Space Watch. Second placing has gone to Cum Royale, either Swift Eniker or Carene the outside third.
And Space Watch has been very consistent of late and finished well to beat Cum Royale, the favourite there. We move to the third now, and Golden Treats, the favourite with her big weight.
Pink's beaten, followed by I'm Still Standing. Inside the 200-metre mark, Lost Art out after the leader. Nancrest over a length in front. Lost Art is trying to reach her. Nancrest a half in front. Lost Art coming in with 50 to go. Nancrest hanging on. Lost Art goes home better. Oh, very tight between Lost Art the outside and Nancrest are now third. I'm Still Standing was on the rails, and then
Lost Art was first up since September, but was just too strong, completing the double for Len Maunt. He's now ridden 26 winners for the year. Now we move to the fourth.
Go now, Never Late going for a run on the inside, has almost got to Cambyses and Lots of Ice, and here's Muffler coming at them. Lots of Ice, Never Late the rails and Muffler the outside. Lots of Ice and Nick in front of Muffler trying to reach them. They go to the line together. Lots of Ice hanging on. Oh, the favourite got out late, and he might have snatched it from Lots of Ice in a photo. Astralin may have run third, and they're followed by...
Well, that was a freak run. He only got clear about 30 metres out and won by a short half head, the Vagrant, and that made it 40 wins for the season for Darren Gauci.
The leader by a length now to Magnesia Bay, finishing well on the outside. They're going to fight it out. Mini Deets the inside, Magnesia Bay trying to reach it. It's Mini Deets a half in front of Magnesia.
Well, they certainly needed some rearranging in the Wrestlers' Choir after that, because a couple of their bass baritones all of a sudden became sopranos. We'll be back with
a vengeance were, but D'Angelo kept finding something.
That's his style of racing. He can't get to the front too soon on him or he'll drop the bet. He just gets a bit lazy, and yeah, he got to be that way. You got to pull the stick and get into him, shake him up a bit.
Second race on the program was the Nidri Handicap, and here Brian Ralph's classic colt Indeed I Do was resuming after a spell. He looked quite fit. Probably would have been improved by the run, but nonetheless he was the popular pick.
Then our Golden Fella and further back Chisengo. On the bend they race, the favourites together. Indeed I Do on the inside and High Courage they turn together. About a length in front of Pull to the outside, Shiatsu, and then a gap in the field, Special Papa. Indeed I Do on the inside, ahead in front. Coming at them, Shiatsu, and High Courage is rolling about. Indeed I Do drifting away from the rail. It's in front, getting towards the line from Shiatsu, flashing home. Indeed I Do in front, it wins. Indeed I Do, 3/4 Shiatsu. Third ahead away High Courage, and they wandered about up the straight. Our Golden Fella got home quickly behind them.
He's certain to take a hand in the big juvenile races over the Autumn Carnival, Indeed I Do. Most impressive, 7-4 in favourite. Shiatsu second, a good run at 10s, and third was High Courage at 11-4. And the winning rider in race 2 was young apprentice Colin Dean.
Well, Colin, congratulations on your first city win.
Thank you, Mr. Elliott.
It's arrived pretty quickly too. How many rides have you had in town?
This is my third one.
Your third?
Yes.
You must feel fantastic.
Yes.
You're carrying very famous first names, Colin, Sydney, Dean, and they were, of course, named after the trainer Colin Hayes.
Yes, that's right, yes.
Today you beat his horse. He finished third.
Yes.
Punters are on pretty good terms with themselves after the first 2 races. We'll be back to see how they fared in the third in just a moment.
Louis, I believe you and Bill have been telling 60-litre refrigerator has automatic defrost. It also has adjustable shelves and a slide-out crisper.
Plus, as a World of Sport special, Retrovision have thought of you, Jack. With every square line working refrigerator, you'll get $100 minimum trade-in. Mention Jack and me and they'll give you a better deal. Go to Retrovision for anything electrical and enjoy the saving power for Australia's biggest electrical group.
We laugh with them, we cry with them. Back in its 6th year, the homegrown drama that has captured the hearts of millions. A Country Practice. The people you've grown to love. The people you're going to love. Say hello to Wandon Valley in 1986. A Country Practice. Tuesday and Wednesday at 7:30 here on 7.
Third race on the program yesterday at Moonee Valley. Epicenter was the favourite here at 11-4. As I mentioned, the punters had a couple of good races at the start of the program, but this was one for the bookies.
Insatiate left in front, nearing the turn though, from in second place in Wagal. Seeker Fortune at Epicenter. Seeker Fortune to the outside from Epicenter at the 350. Good Old Days is gone, and then Vice Like Grip and Snowblock. On the turn, Insatiate, the leader from Seeker Fortune, going up on the outside. She's a danger. The filly loomed up to grab Insatiate when they turn from Wagal. Snowblock gets out, runs on from My Edward. Seeker Fortune put its head in front with 150 to go, but Snowblock finishing quickly on the outside, raced up, ducked in, grabbed them. Insatiate comes again, but Snowblock got up to win. A neck on the line to Insatiate, who kicked again, ahead away third, Seeker Fortune.
Yes, he's pretty green, Snowblock, but still an impressive win at 25s from the 33-1 Pop Insatiate. Seeker Fortune looked the winner at the top of the straight at 4-1. Epicenter, the favourite, finishing well down the track at 11-4. Winning rider in the third was Neil Perryman.
Congratulations, Neil. Snowblock a maiden before today, but what a way to break the maiden status.
Yes, yeah, he done a good job.
I suppose if there was something or some way of backing him, it was his third to Lee Fran, who won at Flemington during the week.
Yeah, Mr. Curtin said that. As we all know, Lee Fran won well the other day. But Mr. Curtin did tell me he'd give the horse a big chance because he did say that he thinks the horse is all right, and I think he will be.
Neil Perryman, after the running of the third, will race 4, and the popular pick here at 2-1 was the Rick Hall Lacey trained Canny Lass, the class horse of the field, but it just failed.
Around the outside of Bowl Nicky, 2 lengths further back then Picasso, Pearl, Yippee I Yates, then Emma Fidelis and Rule the Bar last of all. On the turn, bit of a star in front of Century Waltz from Nan Crest. Canny Lass pulled out wide, then Decade Doll when they wheel around the turn. She pulls to the outside, the top weight, bit of a star grabbed by Nan Crest, who took the lead. Canny Lass given full boss, coming quickly on the outside. Nan Crest, bit of a star, Canny Lass coming after them. Nan Crest in front on the outside, Canny Lass wearing it down, Nan Crest hanging on. Nan Crest a half head to Canny Lass, a length and a quarter, bit of a star third, and then Almost Paradise.
Only a short half head in that, and Nan Crest got there at 6s from the favourite Canny Lass. A very good performance. Bit of a Star was third at 8-1, and Vigorous Riding getting Nan Crest home in the fourth event, and that was by Philip Alderman.
Well, Nan Crest caught in the last stride last week by a Rick Hall Lacey trained sprinter. Today you beat a Rick Hall Lacey trained sprinter, Phil.
Yes, Keith, but I wouldn't like to have been another stride further, otherwise it might have been caught again.
She was stopping again?
She was getting pretty wary getting to the line, yeah.
I imagine then it's pretty hard to time when to make your move on her.
She is a tricky horse to ride. She's got a few traits about her. She likes to hang in and she'll do a lot of things wrong in a race.
and really takes a bit of working out.
Well, by the same token, we're probably a little tough on her because she's the most consistent filly, isn't she?
She is very consistent, but by word, she should have won a lot more by now.
World of Sports look at racing yesterday from Moonee Valley continues after this break.
And now, here's some good news for car owners. All Mr. Muffler centres will no longer give a 3-year guarantee. Instead, when you purchase a muffler from Mr. Muffler, it will be guaranteed for as long as you own your car. That's right, Mr. Muffler will guarantee your new muffler for as long as you own your car. And that's a promise you'll get in writing. A promise you won't get anywhere else. So if your car is sounding a little noisy, remember at Mr. Muffler you'll only pay once. That's the Mr. Muffler guarantee. Now, isn't that real peace of mind?
Mosar brings you the bedding of the future. Flotation sleep will give you the ultimate in support. 40 Winks has brought a little colonialism combined with the Mosar sleep system to give you the best of both worlds. The Richmond bed, ridiculously priced at a low $549, still with Mosar's 30-day money-back trial. Available exclusively through the chain of 40 Winks bedding stores. 40 Winks, everything that's good in waterbeds. See page 200 of the yellow pages for your favourite store.
First leg of the quad rally yesterday at Moonee Valley was the Magdala Handicap, and the Grand Old Stay and Noble Comment was the favourite at 2-1.
Nondescript dropping out from Peaceful Protest. Noble Comment, the leader at the 400. Got away a length in front now of 2 Grand and Mini Deece, and they're clear of Shuri, the other struggling. Old Noble Comment kicked away on the turn. Mini Deece got the second, goes after him. 2 Grand is gone, but they turn, and Noble Comment the leader with Mini Deece the tackler. At the 150, Noble Comment a length in front. Mini Deece stride by stride, pegging it back. Noble Comment being tackled by Mini Deece. She's going home better, and Mini Deece gets up to win on the line by a half length to Noble Comment. A little bit early he went on Noble Comment, 4 lengths away, third Shuri.
Just outstayed Noble Comment at the finish, Mini Deece, and now to be set for bigger races at 5-1. The favourite second Noble Comment 2s, and Shari third at 5-1, and Gary Murphy was the winning rider in race 5.
Well, Gary, the straight here at Moonee Valley is shorter than 200 metres. To you it must have seemed very long as you were chasing Noble Comment.
Yeah, well, she took, I was pretty confident, really.
All the way, really?
Well, getting past the 6, yeah, I was. It was a nice run race, and she sat back and relaxed. And then when I made my ground, I felt the pace had slackened, and I got a beautiful run through. I got through to the stage where I was tracking
Noble Comment,
George's horse. But probably from the 800 metre mark until probably just inside the 400 metre mark, 2 Grand always had me very tight. And she's only little and tiny, and she didn't like that.
It was her first test also, Gary, at this distance. Did she feel to you during the run that she would get there?
Oh, she stayed well, didn't she?
She sure did.
She stayed and won the race for her, but what I meant was she probably appeared as if she was hard at work, which I was hard at work at her, but she wouldn't really let go until she got away from 2 Grand. And prior to the corner, I was confident that I could get him.
It was a good ride too, Gary. Well done.
Thanks, Keith.
Race 6 was the first leg of the doubles. Saw that rather controversial incident at the start where Prince Habit reared up in the gates, got rid of the rider Michael Barlow, and eventually was taken out. Regal Lord was inspected by the veterinary surgeon, passed fit to run. It started the second favourite at 9-2. But as we picked them up just before the turn with Vera's Boy in front, Regal Lord tailed off.
To Regal Lord, I think White's nearly going to pull him up out of the race, but Vera's Boy went for home with the 350. Race 2 lengths in front of Todd Wilkes, 2 lengths to Lakeworth to third. From Sandy Rigo and Great Warrior struggling, the others no chance. But Vera's Boy headed for home, the favourite straightening up, 2.5 in front of Todd Wilkes, and then Lakeworth, and further back Sandy Rigo. Vera's Boy over 3 in front with 150 metres to go, holding Todd Wilkes. And on the outside, Lakeworth at bay, and Vera's Boy kept going by Young Evagora. And in the run home, Vera's Boy will get the money to score by 2.5 lengths. Todd Wilkes is second, ahead away third is Lakeworth.
Here's another winner, Moonee Valley, De Vera's Boy, 9-4 in favourite and quite impressive too. Todd Wilkes second, 11-4. Did a good job with the top 8 and Lakeworth third at 6-1. George Evagora, the winning rider in race 6.
He was just a little tardy, George, to begin.
Oh, I was in there for a little while, and Len Morn's horse jumped the better of him, and so like, he doesn't want to go with him,
Right.
And after that, Len's horse dropped back. He just raced keenly and...
Well, then you had a tussle for the lead, and he didn't sort of shirk the issue when challenged later either.
Yeah, I sort of like, I couldn't lead easy. I got back and sort of half a length behind him, so I got about the half mile.
That siren scare you a bit then. It's only the announcement about the late withdrawal, George. Go and relax.
Yes, George, a little bit perturbed there, but as Keith said, it was the announcement about Prince Habit's late withdrawal and a good win to Vera Spore in race 6. Back with the 7th event as Retrovision's look at racing at Moonee Valley continues after this break.
Now, you know as well as I do there are small goods and small goods. But when you buy Batocchi, you absolutely know that you're buying the best, because Papa Batocchi and his sons, they try to achieve perfection. And they go darn near doing it, believe you me. So it doesn't matter what type of small goods you require, whether it's your bacons, your hams, your salamis, the ordinary chubs. Buy Batocchi and you're buying the very best. Now that's important. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about it. Buy Batocchi, supreme in small goods.
Before you buy any four-wheel drive, consider this. Lada Niva carries 4 with room to spare. On the highway, Niva eats up distance. Off-highway, Niva eats up the competition. It's won the Australian 4x4 Off-Road Rally Championship. Light to steer, easy to drive, economical to run. All this and a low price as well. So before you buy any four-wheel drive, just compare and leave it to Niva.
Race 7 at the Valley yesterday, and the popular pick here was Duke's Riesling at 3-1.
Mike Aroa 4 in front of the 350 metre mark. Duke's Riesling second. Tangmere third from Falling Snow, but the leader's got a commanding break around the turn. The filly Mike Aroa straightened up, drifted away from the fence. 4 in front of in second placing Duke's Riesling, and now pulled to the outside. Falling Snow's running on. Mike Aroa 3 in front with about 100 to go from Falling Snow. Bon Poupie from a mile back. She's going to be too speedy though, Mike Aroa. She's getting weary, but she'll get there. Mike Aroa scored on the line by a length and a half. Bon Poupie second. Head in front of Falling Snow third, and flashing up Lost Art fourth.
Mike Aroa showing good speed at 7-2. Bon Poupie at 4-1, surviving a protest from one of the dead heaters for third, Lost Art. Lost Art starting at 7s. Falling Snow at 33s, and Duke's Riesling was the favourite at 3-1. The second leg of the double and last leg of the quadrella, race 8 on the program. Chris Barrett took the ride here on the favourite Warlike, and it was a great performance by Chris.
Warlike's got right up behind them, trying to get a run, and 2 lengths to be quick. On the turn, Truman, the leader now from Blazing Effigy, and here's Flying Shoes joining in. Sabre Sam was there, and then Warlike trying to get out. Flying Shoes race to the front out wide on the track. Warlike getting clear from Tonelsa, and Knight of Avon from a mile back. Flying Shoes went for home, 80 metres to go. Warlike picking it back. Flying Shoes, Warlike goes home better. Gets up to win a neck on the line to Flying Shoes. Knight of Avon flew to run.
Yes, Chris looked as though he may be in a bit of trouble coming to the turn, but he secured that run, and the favourite got home. Warlike at 5-2 from Flying Shoes at 9-2. Knight of Avon 10-1. Let's see what Chris Barrett had to say to Keith Hillier after race 8.
It must be a nice feeling as you head off to Moonee Valley for a race day to know that you've got one winner, Warlike. He just keeps winning here.
He's becoming a specialist, isn't he, Keith?
All at this track, all at this distance. That's 3 on end now.
Yeah, so it's just been fortunate that the race is here to suit him, and we've just worked out the key to the horse, hold him up and not try and get to the front too soon, because he seems to lose concentration. So that's been the plan all along with him the last 3 wins anyway.
Well done, Chris. In the last event, the popular pick here was Warreen at 13-4.
Pulled to the outside, Lady Padroog, and then Timid Miss starting to run on. On the turn, though, and Kia Miss got to the front, tackled by Glissade. They're clear of Queen of Bass, Lady Padroog and Warreen with nowhere to go, but under the whip. It's Glissade, Kia Miss turning together, nothing between them. 2 lengths, Queen of Bass down the outside. Over on the inside, it's Kia Miss ahead in front of Glissade. They're well clear of Queen of Bass. Kia Miss is the leader, hanging on. Glissade trying to pick it back, but Kia Miss wins the last, and neck Glissade. 2 lengths away, third is Queen of Bass.
Starting at the amazing odds of 14-1, a good strong win by Kia Miss in the last from Glissade at 12s, Queen of Bass at 12s, and Warreen was the favourite unplaced at 13-4. Let's take a look now at the doubles from around Australia yesterday, with racing conducted in all of the states, and of course at Moonee Valley, the extra double on 11.
But watch for a great run by Wolvet. Your caller is Brian Martin.
Lights on, they're racing this time. Larzip has gone away with them down towards the inside. Wolvet's walked out of the back.